Okay. Thank God for
PS3. By night, Captain Resentimo, Yosuke Hanamura.
Got it.
Everything that bores me has got to go.
All right.
A spunky dragon with deadly legs. The carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka.
All right, we made it. I'm gonna
Please
let y'all
escort me to the
kinda get
ring
in
light
again.
prince, the unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi.
Okay, now we're gonna actually see the start
Blooming
of
roses
the
and
story.
bulging muzzles, the blood-curdling
Because,
beefcake emperor,
my God.
Tatsumi. Deep into realms of romance. The body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane.
Is this an army of idiots?
Let's watch these intros. Alright, everyone get comfy.
And survive.
We got the
towards
proper
one
game.
throne
Again,
waiting at
thank
the end.
God I own this
The
copy
P1
still.
Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought. The battle begins tonight.
Ah, baby. Let's go. Thanks, everyone, for
Persona
sticking
4
by.
Arena.
Hold on, we got another intro. All right, this game is over 10 years old now. I need a minute to let that one sink in. Let's see if the intro plays. Hey, there you are. Yeah, I just had to restart because the story mode turned out to be continuation, not the first one, because I was led to believe it was the actual story.
The following
Whoops.
sponsors are responsible for this program.
It's all good, though. It's all good. I'm just letting everyone get in, and we're going to run an intro here. Here we go. Here we go. Proper intro. Woo! All right, we're back with our John Cena and the crew, though they're going to insist on calling him Yunara Khan from now on, but we know the canon. All right, the Mayonaka Arena. We're doing the story mode, baby. Which means next week, because we'll be starting the other story that we started. Whoops. We are going to do the vote for the next game then. I'm going to do a refresh list on that one. I think I'm going to refresh it. I want to make it fresh.
Sometimes I cannot, just can't understand where my head is at.
I want to do kind of a variety on it, too. Not just JRPGs. Because we also want to do some quick stuff, too. But tomorrow is going to be a vote for the next Square Enix game, I should say. I'm not going to say which one I hope I get because that would make it biased. You guys might vote hater to that one. Oh shit, look at them fancy people. Ah yes, the best toaster. This is dramatic. God damn, look at these gangsters. All right.
Persona 4 Arena.
Let's do it. Now we're gonna do story mode. Alright. Story mode time, baby. Persona! Hey, Devin the Great, what up? I've earned the trophy. Do you know the Midnight Channel? Of course. Who doesn't?
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Okay, so we're gonna start. We have
This
different
place
stories.
exists between dream and
So
reality.
I think we're gonna
mind
start
and matter.
off with.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
I feel like we're gonna start off with our good friend John Cena, aka Yunara Kami, which we'll know him from now on.
Here
Very
goes.
well.
So let's start off with his. I forgot how story mode was done here. That's why I was like, We're gonna put it on auto. Oh shit, no we're not. The floor and ceiling are furnishing. Everything is blue. It's quite unlike what I normally see through my day. Bring back Koromaru. That'll be in the next one, No Name Woman. The next story mode we'll be tackling after this one. And yet, my heart is mysteriously calm. I recognize the slight rumbling as an engine and realize I'm in a car. Or rather, someplace else I recognize.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Hey, buddy. Old man with the bizarre face sitting before me makes an expression that appears to be a smile. I want to give him eye drops desperately. Sitting quietly next to the old man is a woman as beautiful and delicate as an ice sculpture.
Ah, It seems we have a guest with an intriguing destiny. My name is Igor.
Hi, Igor.
I am delighted to make your acquaintance.
Cool. The Velvet Room. Igor. Even though I'm barely conscious, I remember that this is not the first time I heard those names. Bluer than an episode of Silk Stockings. Mike Nelson. I see. This is a dream. This happened in the past. I've been in this room before. If my memory is correct, what he says next is...
This place exists between dream and reality, mind and matter. It is a room that only those who are bound by a contract may enter.
Ooh.
It may be that such a fate awaits you in the near future.
Aw, shit. The words I expect to hear fall from the old man's mouth. I'm surprised that I still remember them. Another me, the one that is not in the dream. I can't help but smile at that.
Now then, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm John Cena. I remember this too. You've been doing this for multiple games, right? When I said my name here, I had forged a contract with them. And so I answer. Yu Narakami. Ah, shit, you're back. Can't believe I forgot your face. Oh, no. When I open my eyes, the light is so blinding that I have to squint. For a moment, I can't figure out where I am. And when I look around...
Right. I was on my way back.
Visitation time! I mutter to myself and look out the window. Contract, just like another word for pact.
All right, the star of the show has arrived!
Dave Chadwick, thank you for gifting a sub to Past Shelf Date! The sky is somewhat cloudy, fortunately, but the scenery is peaceful as always. God, this tune! I love it! It seems that I fall asleep on the train headed to the countryside where I spent last year in Inaba, so a year has passed. If I recall correctly, when I first came to that town, it was an afternoon just like this. I dozed off the same way back then and was summoned to the Velvet Room. That was when Igor said that misfortunes would befall me, and then just as he foretold, I was dragged into an outrageous murder mystery. That was no ordinary case. See, that's the other thing. I'll eventually do the story mode for the dance rhythm game as well, because guess what? That story's canon too. The Midnight Channel, Shadows, and Personas. The powers of the heart. I saw things that could scarcely be believed. But I made memories there that could never be replaced as well. Aww. We gained the powers of the personas and friendship, and we suffered together. I stood with my friends on an investigation team against these misfortunes. I fought alongside them. There's no way I could have overcome such ordeals without their help.
Wonder what everyone's been up to.
After solving the mystery, it was decided that I would leave Inaba around the same time as my parents would be returning from overseas. It's been about 2 months since I last saw them all. As they were saying goodbye to me at the train station, I decided to stay at the Dojima residence during Golden Week so that I could spend the holidays with my friends. Aww, that's great. Of course, my uncle was happy to hear this, and his only daughter, Nanako, should be glad to see me too.
Oh, damn it! I still haven't picked up Yosuke's gift.
Brosuke, no! It was supposed to be something special after all. Actually, I'd received a call from Teddy, one of my investigation team friends, this morning. The details of the conversation are a bit confusing.
Hello? Is this Sensei?
And he immediately sent me a dick pic. God damn it, Teddy.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really sorry to bring this up, but I forgot to tell you something very important.
Damn it.
I have a special request for the souvenirs I'm sure you'll be bringing your best friend.
Teddy, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to tell people what you want them to bring you as souvenirs. I already have souvenirs for everyone, but oh well. Sure enough, Teddy was the only asking for some snacks that aren't sold in Inaba, so it wasn't much trouble. But there was one problem.
Oh, and one more thing. Can I ask you to pick up something for Yosuke, too?
I was planning on bringing something for everyone anyway, but go ahead.
The bear puns. I know, Yu's talking now also. The puns are unbearable. Oh god, it's contagious.
Cool! Well, Yosuke's been down in the dumps after his mommy burned his favorite nurse. She was what I called scorching hot. Just kidding.
A nurse?
Ah, come on, Sensei. You know what I'm talking about.
No.
His nurse magazine with the chest examinations and the bear behind.
He's hentai. Oh my god, he has a nurse fetish.
I see. And you expect me to buy him a replacement?
Of course, silly. People coming to visit are supposed to bring presents.
That kind.
All right. Oh, I was planning to head back tomorrow, but since we're meeting up early, I decided to go back today. Can you pass that on to everyone?
Aha! Then the sexy nurses will be arriving even sooner.
Oh boy.
It'll be like, Sensei, we have an emergency patient. Yusuke will be so happy.
No!
Okay then, we'll be waiting for you.
Sexual harassment, Teddy. I'm a little worried now. I hope he isn't telling everybody something that would give them the wrong idea. Well, I should just call again once I get there. But I'll ignore that for now.
Nurses, huh?
Yep, Yusuke has a nurse fetish. In the end, I wasn't able to pick up one for him. How can I put it? I feel bad for Yosuke if I gave him that magazine. And every time he opened it, his friend's face kept popping up in his head. That's what Yosuke wants. And I have to think that Yosuke has pride too. He doesn't need me buying him this stuff. Then again, this is Yosuke we're talking about. I'm sure he'll understand if I explain my reasoning. Probably.
Now pulling into Yaso Inaba. This will be the last stop. Yaso Inaba.
Conductor has given up on his job.
Oh.
End of the line already. It looks like I'd been asleep a lot longer than I thought. Just as that thought came to me, a certain worry crossed my mind. If I had a dream of the Velvet Room, did that mean I was going to be dragged into another adventure? No, I shouldn't think such things. I'm overthinking it. Igor had said, I am delighted to make your acquaintance. After all, so it's nothing but a dream. It's quite misleading, since I've had dreams of being summoned into that room ever since. The train begins to slow, and I take that as my cue to gather my belongings from my luggage rack above me. When the train comes to a complete stop and the doors open, even the smell of the wind invokes a sense of nostalgia. I was thinking of getting a little too sentimental. I step out into the platform with a wry smile. Place bookmark. Height. That's our save. I'm standing in front of the train station, but this town is as quiet as it's always been. Love the series' commitment to saying Japanese words greatly in English. I realize that the sun has started to set and the orange sky envelopes the world.
Now, what should I do?
Today is May 2nd. According to the calendar, the latter half of the holidays will begin tomorrow. I told Dojima-san that I was going to arrive today, but it seems it's been too busy with work to come get me. Ryotaro Dojima. He's my uncle. I stayed with him last year. He's a detective with the Inaba police, and he's raising his elementary school-age daughter, Nanako, by himself. It seems that he was suddenly contacted by a detective from the Metropolitan Police Department regarding last year's case and will have to work late. What happened last year was very serious, so that may be why this has come up. He shouldn't have to be worried about it. I recall how apologetic he sounded over the phone and can't help from smiling. I told him that I knew the way over from the station, but a bag packed with necessities and souvenirs for everyone turns out to be quite a load. What timeline it is? What ending is it follow? I think it's following Best End. Because Marie is in this game. Well, I don't know in this game in particular, but she's in the Ultimax series, so So definitely golden, and this is a year after. Nanako must be waiting for me alone at the house, so I want to get there as soon as possible too. To be honest, I don't know when the bus will come. Maybe I should just call for a taxi. Just as I'm thinking this.
Huh? Nanako?
Nanako.
Big bro!
It is Nanako! There's no way I'd mistake her.
You came to meet me all on your own?
Why did she come to the station all by herself? True, the Dojima residence is within walking distance, but it couldn't have been easy for her. Neglected sister! Even though it's still light out right now, it gets dark soon. The country roads will be barely lit. What would she have done if I hadn't been here? I'm about to voice my concerns, but Nanako sounds slightly proud when she says,
Don't worry, Dad knows about it. He gave me money for the bus.
Ah, nice.
He said he couldn't make it, so I came instead.
Aw.
Welcome back, big bro. I wanted to see you so much.
Prediction of how long she brings up that store, right?
Thanks. I'm happy to see you again, too.
I see. She must have wanted to show me that she's grown up, too. She is around that age, after all. For a moment, I'm surprised that Dojima-san let her do this. But I can kind of imagine what kind of conversation took place. Nanako had always been a capable girl, but over the past year, her housekeeping skills have improved greatly, and she's proven herself to be very reliable. She takes the lead in many things within the house, and even Dojima-san can't compete with her sometimes. I can easily imagine that scene in my mind. And it's true that I'm glad that someone came to welcome me. I take Nanako's hand and we begin walking side by side.
Well, no sense standing around here. What's in the fridge at home?
Lots. Dad and I bought a ton of stuff since you were coming to visit.
Aw, if Nanako says so, then she wouldn't have brought a lot. Dojima-san said she'd pick up dinner for us, and if that's the case, then I should put together something to go with it. Excuse me, I asked Nanako if she wants to eat, and she looks back with a twinkle in her eyes.
Are you gonna cook dinner? Ooh, I wanna help.
Nanako and I make small talk while we walk through the Inaba for the first time in a little while. Being here is like this makes me feel as if I've gone back in time to a year ago. After we get back to Dojima's home, I hurry to unpack my belongings before heading to the kitchen. Nanako helps me out as diligently as she had claimed earlier. The way she mixes eggs seems more skillful than before. You're such a good girl, Nanako.
Good evening. This is the Evening Journal with news for May 2nd. Our top story is on the domestic airline that was hijacked yesterday.
Dun dun dun! The TV in the living room echoes through the house. The TV was on quite often in this house. When I first came to Inaba, Nanako was practically being raised by the television. There had been this odd sense of distance between us around that time. She hadn't started calling me Big Bro, and we didn't cook together like we are now. It's the little things that bring back memories. Right when we were about to be done making dinner, Dojima-san arrived with the deluxe sushi. Nice. Nanako quickly gets up and rushes to the door. She seems so happy when Dojima-san comes home. Aww! Dojima-san apologizes for the sudden increase in his workload, and then we all sit at the table and begin eating. Being here like this makes me feel like the 2 months I was gone never happened at all. There's a warm atmosphere as if I've always been apart from this family and lived here with them my entire life. Ah, so this is 2 months since he left the place. Okay. I thank both of them from deep in my heart, and after I give them the souvenirs I bought for them, we enjoy chatting with each other as a family. Aww, sweet picture. So far, no Junis. Oh my god, hee-ho, motherfuckers, he's in the background. Another familiar room. This is the room that was prepared for me on the 2nd floor in the Dojima residence. Nanako fell asleep from all the excitement. After carrying her to her room, I tell my uncle that I'd be going to bed early as well, since I have plans. All he said was, okay. I'm a little perplexed by this, but I have my suspicions. As I open the door of my old room, it seems I was right. Yo! The room is no different than it had been when I was living here. It's exactly the same as when I left Inaba. I closed the door and that feeling of wistfulness. As I sit down on the sofa, thinking about my uncle's thoughtfulness, I sigh from the exhaustion of the long journey. I'll be able to see my friends tomorrow. Considering that there is still several days left in this holiday, it may be nice to leave early tomorrow and go visit the shopping district.
It's raining.
The time is just before midnight. In mere moments, it will be the new day. Whenever it rains at night, I keep checking the time. While I spent last year in Inaba, I was always checking for the Midnight Channel, which was a popular urban legend here in Inaba. It's a bad habit of mine when I'm not here. If you look at the TV, turned off TV at midnight on a rainy night, you will see your soulmate. Discovering that this rumor was actually true was the first reason why I became involved in the murder investigation last year. This is an Arc System Works story mode. Over 4 minutes of story until the fight happens, which is fine. That's why we're doing it as individual streams. But the person who actually appears in the Midnight Channel isn't your soulmate. It's the next victim. After discovering this, we all nervously sat before our TVs on rainy nights in order to solve the case.
That brings back some memories. Nothing will show anymore, though.
Oh, dead bodies everywhere. Anyways. Will nothing really appear, though? I suddenly have doubts. Why would I think that? After we solved the case, we all confirmed that the Midnight Channel wasn't appearing anymore. The empty screen stays silent. So why?
Just in case.
It's not going to turn on. There's no way. The more I think about it, the more I feel my resolve fading. I peer into the TV screen as if something is drawing me into it. The only thing I see is my reflection in the dark glass of the CRT television. Or so I thought. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Biscottios.
Rivals. They are friends, yet powerful foes. The desperate fighting program amongst high school students. A new legend is about to start.
Uh-oh.
May the manliest of all men come on down!
Nobody touches his precious Nanako, the sister complex kingpin of steel, Yu Narukami!
It's only natural.
Wage slave in the boonies by day, hero by night, Captain Resentiment, Yosuke
I actually
Hanamura!
feel that wage
Everything that
slave
bores
thing.
me has gotta go!
A spunky dragon with deadly legs, the carnivore who's discarded womanhood, Chie Satonaka!
You need to eat more meat!
Please escort me to the ring, my prince, the unconquerable Snow Black, Yukiko Amagi!
I'll finish you in one strike!
Blooming roses and bulging muzzles, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, Kanji
Blooming roses and bulging
Tatsumi!
muscles,
Deep
that
into
sounds like a
realms of
party.
romance, the body of a child, the brain of a genius, the 2000 IQ killjoy detective, Naoto Shirogane!
Is this an army of idiots?
Fight and survive towards the one throne waiting at the end! The P1 Grand Prix where fierce fights will be fought! The battle begins tonight!
Damn. And you was just like, the fuck?
What on earth was that?
All of them, the fuck?
What? Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel?
Was that me? Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel? I'm impressed. There's so much wrong with that phrase, I don't know where to begin. No, I shouldn't be thinking about that. Those words aren't the problem here. I heard to make sure that the TV isn't plugged in. That was the Midnight Channel. What it actually was showing was a rather ridiculous. But thinking back, everything the Midnight Channel showed last year didn't make much sense either. I'm suddenly gripped by tension. If the Midnight Channel is appearing again, I have to find out why. I pull out my cell phone and search for Yosuke's number.
Let's see, H. Hanamura Yosuke.
Quickly, I hit the call button. Does everyone know about this? Is everyone aware that the Midnight Channel is still being broadcasted? Do they know that it's showing us? And that we've been giving taglines that can only be described as uncharitable?
Hello, this is Yosuke.
Yosuke?
It's nothing. I just freaked out when you called all of a sudden. Yeah, that's it. What's up? Hey, when do you want to meet?
I can tell what's going on just by the sound of his voice. Yosuke knows about what's happened on the Midnight Channel just now, and he's trying to hide that from me. Considering that I've been out of Inaba for a while, I bet he's trying to keep me from worrying about it. There's no need for him to be concerned about that. Then again, I can kind of understand how he feels. I'm his friend after all. Friend in quotations.
And that's not why I was calling. I saw the Midnight Channel. You saw it too, right?
Huh?
I can easily hear Yosuke panicking on the other side of the phone. He's probably surprised that I saw the Midnight Channel when I shouldn't even be in Inaba right now. He must be thinking that the Midnight Channel is now appearing on National TV Network. Looks like Teddy didn't tell them after all.
Did Teddy not tell you? Since we're meeting up early tomorrow, I decided to come today. I figured you wouldn't think I could have seen it, so I gave you a call.
Well, I assumed you weren't here yet, so I didn't want to rely on you.
You haven't changed. So how about it? You're not gonna leave this be, are you, Captain Rasantama?
Why'd you zero in on that part? Did you see how they called you a sister complex kingpin?
Mine's not that bad.
You think? Oh, I ought to tell you, that program's not the only strange thing lately. Teddy, Rise, and Kanji aren't here either.
Oh.
They disappeared.
For a moment, I'm at a loss for words. Not only has the Midnight Channel come back on, we've lost contact with 3 of our friends? I have a bad feeling about this. I can't believe that those 2 things are unrelated.
All right, we should get together tomorrow like we planned.
Yeah, at the Jeunesse food court. Welcome back, partner.
You over there, what's up? If you see me, feel me, what's up? What's up? Haha, wrestling theme joke. Kanji-kun! I finally feel a sense of worry fade a little. I answer with a smile.
It's good to be here.
No matter what has happened, our friends may be in danger. If that's so, then there's only one thing to do. Speaking of things I have to do...
Oh, right. Sorry to say, I forgot to pick up your souvenir.
A souvenir? Don't even worry about it, man.
You sure? I thought you were really looking forward to it. Those nurses.
Nurses?
I had a feeling he wouldn't get it if I didn't tell him flat out. This is rather hard to bring up, but oh well.
Yeah, Teddy asked me to get it for you. He said you were crushed that they got burned.
Oh, wait, this is all...
I didn't know you were into nurses.
Shut up! That's enough!
Oh, don't look at my OnlyFans account.
Damn it, you're trying to wind me up, aren't you? Stay home, you jerk.
But I'm already here. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
At least it seems like he understands about his souvenir. In any case, the preparations have been made. Tomorrow, I'll meet with everyone to sort through whatever information we have on the situation. If we have to, we'll go back into the world. It'd be the best if this was all just our imaginations. But unfortunately, we know that the Midnight Channel wouldn't have appeared without a reason. I should make sure I'm ready for tomorrow and get some rest. And it begins. This place is lively as always. I looked across the food court on Juna's roof for the first time in a while. Even though there aren't many people in Inaba, this place is exceptionally crowded. Plus, because it's Golden Week as well, I feel as it's busier than usual. I happen to run into Yosuke at the elevators. We briefly greet each other. Guys are weird like that. The closer we are, the more simple our interactions when we meet each other face to face. The 2 of us step out into the food court and we immediately find Yukiko and Chie. They wave back at us from the bench they're sitting on.
Good to see you guys again.
Welcome back! We missed you! The guest of honor's finally here! You're looking well.
You know what's funny? Okay, you hear like Chie's voice there. I finished playing like vanilla PS2 Persona around the time this came out. And Persona 4, I should say. And then when I heard the new voice, I'm like, what happened to Chie's voice?
Welcome back. Should we...
Huh? Oh, he already knows about the Midnight Channel thing. He's actually the one who called me up about it.
Oh, I see. This has turned into a pretty thrown-together reunion, hasn't it? But I'm glad you came.
We chat some more while we sit down. Then Yosuke stands up and clears his throat loudly. He's probably been waiting for the right moment to say something. He hasn't mentioned anything to me. I can easily guess what he's about to say. We all look towards Yosuke.
Well, it sucks that we can't hang out more before jumping into another mystery, but to celebrate our partner's return, I hereby reinstate the investigation team in response to the Midnight Channel going back on the air last night.
Oh, the team is back! Just hearing that name again gets me all fired up. Yeah, let's do this!
Woo! Let's go!
I don't think the applause is necessary.
Why not? It's been 2 months since we last saw each other, after all. Chie and Yukiko started chuckling when I shrugged, and although Yosuke seems saddened at that, he still ends up laughing along as well. It's a relief to see that they're the same as always, but because of that, it makes me even more worried about the friends that aren't here right now. We can't start slacking off. We begin to sort through the information that we know about already.
Well, let's get cracking. I mean, this is no laughing matter. No one's heard from Teddie, Kanji, or Rise. Just those 3, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got a hold of Naoto-kun, but I didn't tell her about this stuff. She told me she couldn't make it today because of her job, so I didn't want to worry her. She seemed pretty bummed that she couldn't be here too.
Aw. If she had a reason for not being here, then we could still contact her. Then Naoto should be fine. That leaves Teddie, Rise, and Kanji. Not hearing back from them after an entire day has passed isn't normal at all. The relationship between their sudden disappearances and the reappearance of the Midnight Channel last night disturbs me.
One thing's been bothering me. The picture on the TV was very clear last night.
Yeah. Going by the pattern from last year, it wouldn't be that clear until after the victim entered the TV.
Hey, isn't this the first time a big group of people was shown together? Plus, we're still here. Why us anyway? And what's up with those insulting descriptions?
Chie seems pretty angry about it. Many of the locals know about the rumor of the Midnight Channel. In other words, this troubling broadcast has already been seen by who knows how many people. From what I've been told, the moment Chie tried to ask another student about the Midnight Channel, the other girl ran away with a look of fear on her face. It's no surprise that Chie would be angry. Still.
What bothers me most is Teddie. He was acting like the host of that show.
Yeah, and we can't find him.
This smells fishy. Then again, I doubt he would play a prank like this for no reason.
I guess we'll just have to go inside the TV and find out what's going on.
Yeah, let's go. That's right, go inside the TV. Out of everything, that was the element that shook our common sense most out of everything we experienced last year. Actually, the murders of last year's events happened in another world inside the television. She mad. Yeah, I would be too. This world is filled with monsters called shadows, born from people's hearts. Because of my friends and I gained personas, the powers to defeat these shadows, we were able to enter the TV screens and fight
Won't
them.
we be stuck in there without Teddie to give us an exit?
But even we persona users won't find it extremely difficult to leave that world on our own. In order to come back, we need to exit TV of our friend Teddie was capable of creating.
Not so. I've had Teddie keep the exit TV out on that side.
Ah!
Look at you, all prepared.
I mean, think about it. What if we were half asleep and fell into a TV when Teddie wasn't over there? Isn't that a scary thought?
Like anyone would be that clumsy.
Anyway, it sounds like it's safe for us to go investigate then.
No matter what the reason, it's reassuring to know that we have an exit strategy ready for us. To be honest, I almost fell into it the first time it appeared on my room after all.
Yeah, there's no doubt that something's going on in there. Is everyone ready?
We're all good to go. To tell the truth, I had a hunch that this was going to happen.
We all share a look of confirm our intentions. All of them nod back. I can see the seriousness in their eyes. Even though there was 2-month gap since I left, since I last saw them, they still continue to put their trust in me. I feel a slight sense of pride as I stand up from the bench. Large screen TV in the electronics department is directly below the food court. That was the entrance we always used last year. All right, let's enter the TV, baby.
It's a holiday, so the store's full of people.
Feel like things are picking up around town.
It's time to go. Hello. All the models are on sale right now.
You know, it's been a while since last time. I'm a little nervous.
Whoa, wait! There are still people in this aisle!
Hey, get ready!
Huh?
The customers are going away!
Again.
Time to enter the television.
Let's go.
Yeah! Woo! Happy Evo, everyone.
Isn't this different from usual? Oh no! What do we do? What can we do? We can't stop now!
Stop, will stop, might stop. Going into the TV is the solution to everything. That's true. I hear a voice. It's a woman's voice. It sounds familiar to me. This voice is... Ahoy, hoy.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
I don't sense that distinctive floating feeling that I usually have when I enter the TV world. When I concentrate, I realize I might be sitting in a chair. The moment I open my eyes, I see the vibrant blue. The Velvet Room. I visited this place an untold number of times last year. And once more, in my dreams yesterday, I never thought I would return to this place.
Huh? It's not a dream this time? What's going on? Didn't my contract end already?
Igor, who usually sits in front center, is nowhere to be seen. The one that to greet me is the woman with the silver hair, Margaret. Could this be a personal summoning then? It happened a few times last year too. Margaret smiles as if she senses my suspicions.
This room is tied to your fate. Nothing that occurs here is meaningless. Though you reached an end to one journey, you now find yourself here again. This shows that you will once again be faced with a question.
A question? And something really is going on?
Another mystery has appeared and we're about to be dragged into it again. Could that be what she means?
From here on, what befalls you will upset your status quo.
Oh, damn.
It is true that you've opened the door once already, but all things change. Nothing ever remains the same. What you gained before will change over time as well. You will have to face them once again.
Face them? Again?
The first thing that Margaret's words stir up in my mind is the sight of my friends' smiling faces. Is that going to change? No, that can't be true. And face them again? That's impossible. Once I wake up, I leave this room, I should still be with my friends. There's no need to jump to conclusions. But Margaret appeared to have anticipated my thoughts and smiles while narrowing her eyes.
Show me how you will proceed down the path that awaits beyond the door you've opened.
Okay. My vision wavers and the blue light before me vanishes quickly. Wait. Still need to know what you mean by those words. Bookmark! Hi. Alright, let's keep going. Oh, that's creepy.
Where am I?
Where did I get thrown to when I left that blue room? The scenery is so unexpected that I'm at a loss. This is a school. It's the music room of Yasogami High. I attended the school with my friends until recently. There's no mistaking it. We entered the TV together. Why am I here? No, that's not right.
This is... No, wait. This has to be the TV world.
The graffiti on the ground. Shoes placed like they're for some kind of ritual. Eerie, shining eyes with portraits on the wall. The more carefully I look, the more I realize that this place is not the real Yasogami High. Most of all, I sense the no warmth from this place, like I always did from the students, would come and go from here. This is fake. It's definitely not the school I attended. But what happened to turn this world inside the TV into this? On top of that, we entered the TV from our usual entrance, but I ended up in a completely different place.
This has never happened before.
Also, I realize that my friends aren't with me either. Did we somehow get separated? I start to feel chills down my spine and look around.
Hello! Sorry for the wait!
Oh shit!
Greetings, boys and girls of Yasogami! The P1 Grand Prix is about to begin! There's no need for manners or courtesy or anything today, so let it all hang out! Tell us how you really feel!
What the?
Is that you, Rise? I shout out questions, but she doesn't answer. This is Rise Kuchikawa, one of our friends in the investigation team that we couldn't contact. Does she not hear me? Or is she choosing not to respond? As I ask myself this, I hear different voices echoing as well. I look around in surprise. These voices, it's not just from one or two people. I see countless students staring at me from the hallways, the entrance, and everywhere I turn.
May I have your attention, please? I, Rosette, will be your commentator. But first, the General has a few words for you all.
What's going on? Why are there so many people inside the TV world? Before I could think of answers, Rise makes another announcement. And as if on cue, the monitor in the music room turns on. What appeared on it was Teddy. He was wearing a strange hat and cape, just like he did on the Midnight Channel last night. First Rise, now Teddy. What are they doing?
You're all here now. Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix!
That's the same as well. That's the same bizarre tournament that was shown on the Midnight Channel. Then, is Teddy really the one behind this insanity?
Teddy, what's going on here? We came to look for you and Rise and...
Always with the talking, Sensei. It's a big waste of time. Less talk and more fighting. With the next challenger, come on down!
Oh shit. Alright, we're getting into the fighting. Happy Evo, everyone. Teddy looks away and makes a dismissive gesture. Smoke suddenly bursts out from underneath and robs me of any visibility. Is there someone beyond the white curtain? Eventually, my field of vision begins to clear. I keep my guard up, expecting anything. Who should appear but Yosuke? Though I hadn't expected to run into him like this, I'm relieved to see that he's safe. Teddy did something about the challenger just a moment ago. I recall that the P1 Grand Prix that appeared on the Midnight Channel looked a lot like some kind of fighting competition. Wait, am I supposed to fight Yosuke now? That's not funny at all.
Great. They're expecting you and me to fight.
Looks like. Sheesh, what's Teddy thinking?
Starting that up already? I won't let you get all buddy-buddy with each other. These battles are fought to the death. Only the victor can proceed.
This joke's gone on far enough, Teddy. We're not gonna play along with that.
I look over at Yosuke, hoping that he would agree with me. But Yosuke did not appear to interested in what I had to say.
Oh, really? I guess he should declare me the winner then.
Yosuke?
What? You don't plan on fighting, right? That means I win by default.
That was not what I was expecting to hear. What's gotten into you, Yosuke? Do you have some reason to be talking like this? Can't figure out what's going on. Yosuke continued to speak in a carefree manner. It said something that I simply couldn't believe.
Oh, but is that okay with you? I mean, since Nanako-chan's here and all?
Nanako's here?
Wait, really? You haven't seen her? She's with Teddy.
That can't be. I saw Nanako back at the house when I left this morning. And even then, Nanako can't enter the TV world on her own. But she's in this world? I can't believe it for a moment. But what if it is true? Just coming to this world can tire a person out very quickly. On top of that, if someone who can't use a persona comes in here, it can sometimes be fatal.
Where is she? Yosuke, where's Nanako?
Whoa, what's gotten into you, partner? No need to get hysterical.
Why are you so calm about this? You know what happened to her last time she came here.
Nanako did come into this world once last year. It was not something any of us would have wanted to happen. That was the start of the whole chain of events. Remembering them is heart-wrenching, even now. And yet, no, even then it might be wrong for me to lash out at Yosuke for the way he's acting. Calm down. I need to think straight here. All Yosuke said was that he saw her with Teddy. Then was Nanako brought here by Teddy? And if he's the leader of this tournament...
Yosuke, be straight with me. Are you sure Nanako is with Teddy?
How should I know? If I had to guess, I'd say she's probably still with him. Man, are you alright? Are you that worried about Nanako-chan? It's no wonder people look at you funny, thinking you have a sister complex.
The sense of wrongness that I've been feeling this whole time is getting even stronger. True, Yosuke may have said some insensitive things. Mostly that's because he reads too much into the situation and becomes outspoken. He's not the type of guy to enjoy making hurtful remarks like this.
Yosuke, are you alright?
Huh? What are you talking about? I should be the one saying that to you. She's not even your real sister. All that big bro stuff really creeps me out. It was a while ago that I saw her. It's probably too late to save her now. You know how things went last year, after all.
Yosuke.
He's definitely not the Yosuke I know. Yosuke is my friend. He wouldn't be so callous as that. At least, I thought so, up until now. He was the one who had the face of pain losing someone he cared about when the murders first started last year. I can't hate him for accidentally mentioning someone who was dead, but the way he's acting, he's doing this on purpose. I suddenly draw my sword and face Yosuke.
Draw your weapon. You'll get your fight.
What? Dude, what are you saying? You told me you let me win by default.
To be honest, I was thinking that this Yosuke before me was some kind of fake. I even wondered if something had happened to him, and Yosuke's shadow had appeared again in this world. But this wrongness that I keep sensing is nothing like that. This probably is the real Yosuke. And the strangest I'm feeling is because these words really are coming out of his mouth of someone I never thought would say them. If so,
I don't know if you're being controlled or if there's something else going on here. Either way, you must understand the best way to resolve the situation.
There's no way to tell if I'm saying is getting through to him at all. But if I want to go figure out what's going on, I'll have to fall for this trap once.
Sorry, but I'm gonna go all out. No hard feelings.
All right.
Huh? All that talk and you're gonna fight against your partner after all?
Okay.
Well, whatever. Let's hurry up and get this started. Ready?
Fight time! Place a bookmark. Yup. Okay. I think the story mode's longer than I thought, so maybe we might not do the vote till after we finish the arena story. Versus. Let's go. It's been a long time since I played these Persona fighting games.
Here comes the Yosuke Senpai, Scion of Junes! A tremendous blow already! This'll be good! That was dead on! Will this miraculous move turn the tides?
Easy enough.
Just get
Has the battle been decided?
Here goes! Hitting me!
Got him.
A round of
Presenting!
applause for both sides!
Yosuke's presenting. Yes, please.
Amazing, Sensei! Keep that up and zoom on ahead!
Ahead? You're gonna continue with this? Teddy, about Nanako.
I don't want to spoil the surprise. If you want to find out, you'll have to get to me. And I can't say why, but I think you should hurry.
The monitor shuts off. I still haven't learned anything about Nanako, but he did seem to have been expecting me to ask about her. I don't want to think about it, but Nanako really may be here. The moment the monitor turned off, the students began to leave like waves in the receding tide. No, they don't look like students anymore. There's something inhuman, just taking shape of students. I was too focused on the fight to notice, but it seems that their true forms are coming through. They look like silhouettes. Could they be shadows? Even so, I don't sense any hostility from them. Well, if they're not a threat, then they're going away. There's no need to chase after them. Oh god, you're still on! Yep, this is a Persona Arena story mode. Besides, there's something more important to do right now.
Yosuke, are you alright?
I walk towards where Yosuke lies collapsed on the ground and give him my hand to help him up.
Ow! Couldn't you hold back a little? I seriously thought you were gonna kill me.
The same went for you. I wouldn't have stood a chance if I held back on you.
Yosuke grimaces in pain as he stands. He doesn't seem to have suffered any severe injuries. That's good. I knew I couldn't risk going easy on him, so I was just a little worried that I'd actually hurt him. Once we get a good look at each other, Yosuke's demeanor suddenly changes.
Anyway, that aside, shut up about the nurses already. It's not like that's the only thing I ever think about.
What's this about nurses?
Huh? You were harping on it the whole time. How can you stand there and constantly bash my taste in women with a straight face? Is it such a crime to like nurses?
Wait a second.
I don't understand why he's suddenly angry, but he's not making any sense at all. Hello, nurse! I tell Yosuke to calm down and we go over what we thought had happened before the fight. We learned that our memories or of what each other had been saying didn't match up at all. According to Yosuke, it seems that I had been, well, teasing him about his taste in women. Yosuke was so heated up over what I'd supposedly said, they almost went into graphic detail, but I stopped him before things went too far. I mean, really, it's best for both of us if we pretended this hadn't happened. But thanks to our conversation after the battle, I've come to realize something. If we'd been hearing each other say things neither of us had been meaning to say, then...
Yosuke, let me ask you something. Is it true that Nanako is here in this world?
She is?
Yosuke is at a loss for words. He has no idea what I was talking about. It's just as I thought. Yosuke doesn't know anything about Nanako. And if that's true, then what I had heard Yosuke saying before the fight was something that Yosuke couldn't possibly have said. This only makes me more convinced that I had the right idea. What I had heard wasn't what Yosuke meant to say. I don't know how, but something else made Yosuke say those words even if he didn't know what he was saying them. That reminds me, Teddy on the screen said that I needed to get to him if he wanted to find out the truth. Does that mean Teddy has done what has me? Does that mean that Teddy had done this to us?
I guess there's no choice but to keep going.
Nanako is good friends with Teddy. I don't want to imagine it happening, but if Teddy wanted to kidnap Nanako, certainly possibly could have. I want to go home at once and check to make sure she's okay, but I have no idea where I am. Even worse, Teddy holds the means of returning to the real world. There's no way out of here unless I find Teddy on my own.
Taking off?
Yeah.
Well, be careful.
Be careful. I'm worried about you. Do your best. I sense a lot of emotions behind those words. Yes, I know that I'm now hearing the real Yosuke. I take Yosuke's cheering me on to heart and leave the music room. Teddy had said that only the winner can go to the tournament. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's probably not a lie. Yosuke understands that as well. That's why he's trusting me to sort it all out and let me go without much talk. He's frustrated that he can't help me out. I could just be jumping to conclusions there. After all, Teddy did say that there's a rule, but I don't have any proof either way. Well, I might as well see what he means by that. I stop walking and turn back to Yosuke.
Oh, one last thing. About those nurses.
Ah, quit it already! Are you out of your mind again?
Yosuke turns bright red and rushes towards me, flailing wildly in an attempt to stop me from finishing. And... oh, shit, Yosuke. There's a painful sounding noise and he runs into something invisible and slowly slides to the floor.
What is...
So there's an invisible wall. Looks like the loser can't leave the room.
Looks like there's some force that prevents the loser from leaving the area where the fight took place. It's likely that every time one of these battles happens here, the winners will get sorted out this way. That's annoying.
I see how it works now. Thanks.
Teddy really has kidnapped Nanako. There's no time to lose.
Don't use me as your guinea pig. Wait, that's it? Hey, don't wear yourself out, all right?
I turn away as Yosuke shouts at me. Not to worry, Yosuke. I give him a quick smile before leaving the arena area for real this time. That moment, I feel a wave of disorientation crash over me. I'm surprised that this is happening without warning, but it's not a threat. After all, I know this feeling all too well. I have to grab some water. I'm reading a lot.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Hey, Margaret. I'd been leaving the music room, and now I'm sitting in the Velvet Room for some reason. Margaret greets me with her usual smile. This room truly is mysterious. But why has she summoned me like this? Margaret sees my suspicious expression. And
Things have only just begun, and yet you already seem tired. The misfortune that has befallen you can be thought of as a sort of trial.
A trial?
I want to know the details behind her words, but I know that she won't answer me even if I ask. The inhabitants of the Velvet Room never reveal everything. That's because they can only watch over the choices their guests make. Margaret's smile broadens as she sees that I don't intend to ask her anything.
Indeed. I am an observer on your journey. I would do nothing so thoughtless as to force you to make choices. You do not need such provocations. I already know that you shine brilliantly enough.
She hitting on you. The shine she speaks of. Could it be about my ability to use personas?
Yes, that is part of your brilliance. Personas are masks of resolution, strengthened by controlling one's heart, by forming bonds. You understand this well, don't you?
Yeah, that's how we all fought up till now.
Yes, indeed. But one's heart is intangible. It cannot be seen and cannot be felt. When polished, it releases a strong light unlike anything else. But it can also be clouded by trivial things. Have you ever felt that way?
All the time. That may be true.
You may be more conscious of that fact than most, because you hold the power of the wild card.
Margaret's voice fades away as she answers me.
From here on, you will be forced to re-examine the things you know as bonds.
Ooh.
How will you face the changes to come, and what choices will you make?
As I open my eyes again, I'm in the school's hallway. I turn around and see the door to the music room closed behind me. Was I only summoned to the Velvet Room in spirit? There's no way for me to figure out what just happened. But I think back on what Margaret had told me.
The changes, huh?
Even though the people of the Velvet Room voice say much, what little do they have to say always has meaning. Ominous. Well, it's true that Margaret said some strange things while I've known her. But she's never said anything meaningless while on duty. I would assume that would be the case now. May have to keep her words to heart. You do a bookmark. Woo! In any case, I need to concentrate on the case for now. I'm sure I'll understand the meaning behind what she said when the time comes. Must proceed. Though this bizarre place looks nothing like Yasogami High I attended, the building seems strangely familiar as I run through it. I love the dancing. Thanks, everyone. Teddy had appeared on the monitor in the music room. From what it looks of things, he appears to be behind what's happening. But I heard Rise's voice over the school's PA before my fight with Yosuke. If this school works anything like the real one, I can make a good guess on where Teddy and Rise are.
It might be the announcement room.
But of course, things aren't that easy. Those invisible walls keep getting in the way where I go. It seems that some of these walls don't let anybody through, no matter if they're won or lost fights. Every single time I run into one, I'm forced to take another path. It's like my route is already set for me.
I feel like I'm being led somewhere.
I stop for a moment in the hallway out of the practice building, mutter to myself while I take a look around. Who is? No. Where are they trying to lead me? That moment.
Hey, you there! You're one of them participants in that there Grand Prix thing, right?
That voice I don't recognize at all. It breaks me in from my revivery, whatever. I instinctively jump back and draw my sword in surprise.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's the big idea? You could poke someone's eye out swinging that thing around.
I turn and see a girl that I've never seen before. Is she part of that crowd? No, she looks like a real person. She was caught by surprise when I suddenly pointed my weapon at her. Although she flinches, her words don't lose any of their intensity. How bold of her. It may seem like an odd thing to say, but that's what suddenly crosses my mind. But this girl doesn't seem to have any intentions of attacking me. I sheath my sword but remain cautious.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
What's his accent? New Jersey? I think they're supposed to be giving her like an Osaka accent. Because if they're from Kyoto, they sound like a southern country bumpkin when they do dubbing. And when it's Osaka, they usually do like a New York type accent from Jersey.
Sorry, ain't gonna cut it. What were you gonna do if you hurt one of the students here, huh?
Boston accent. Definitely Boston.
You can't go pulling that stuff without student council approval. All right, the jig is up. I'm putting the kibosh on this tournament right now.
Hey, wait, hold on a second. I'm not in this because I want to be. I'm trying to stop the tournament.
I'm trying to act non-threatening, but the girl continues to glare at me. Who in the world is this girl? She's wearing a Yasogami High uniform. She said something about the student council. But I don't recognize her. You don't encounter people here in a world that's that often. If a person is here, then they're either a persona user or
Why are you here, by the way? Wait, did you fall inside a TV?
That's right. I may have put up a little differently, but she can't enter the TV herself. The only possibility is that someone threw her in. That was what was happening in the murders from last week.
All inside a TV. What kind of nonsense is that?
She's important because she has red eyes and white hair. She's not aware of it. But if she was a Persona user, I don't see why she'd hide that fact. Okay, I need water. Hold on. Just boogie to the music. My friends. If you want to stop the tournament, just watch the new Mortal Kombat movie. There are no tournaments to be found there. Right, Dave? I needed that water. Oh my god, my throat was killing me. Sorry for that. Any hoosery. If she was trying to keep that from me, she wouldn't have come to talk to me like this. Then does that mean she's a victim after all? The jams are so good. I carefully choose my words to avoid provoking the girl and introduce myself.
I'm Yu Narukami. I was a second year at Yasogami High until last year.
Huh? Last year? But that uniform.
Oh no, this is kind of my usual equipment when I'm in the TV world.
Equipment?
Never mind. Forget it.
Well, if you were only around till last year, I ain't gonna blame you for not knowing.
the new student council president. Nice meeting you.
The student council president. If I'm remembering correctly, the student council election should have taken place just before the holidays. I have no knowledge who won of any of those elections since I left Inaba before they took place. That reminds me, I didn't have any friends on the student council last year either. This girl may as well have been the president. No reason not to believe her.
Now it's your turn to spill. You said you ain't in the tournament because you want to be. Then what are you doing here? And what's this tournament about in the first place?
Excuse me. I feel that I don't explain things very clearly to her. It will only provoke her further. But trying to tell her everything about what's going on here will only confuse her. I leave out the fact that this place is inside the television and tell her about the other things that are going on. First, I tell her about Teddy, the friend of mine that's likely the one who set this tournament. Second, that I encountered some of my friends who were dragged into this as well, but they were acting strangely. Again, sorry. And third, that was my cousin Nanako, still in elementary school, may have been dragged into this mess. The girl calling herself the student council president seemed skeptical while I talked, but eventually she sighs.
So if I got this right, you didn't start this, but your friend did. Well, you don't seem like you're lying.
It seems that she somehow grasped the gist of what I was trying to say. I thank her out of politeness, and she laughs and asks why I'm thanking her. There's still one more difficult task I left at hand. How do I make her understand that this is all within another world? One, accessed by going through the TV screen. Sorry, my throat dried out from all the reading, and now I'm just having a coughing fit because it's like humid and gross here too. So it's just kind of setting off my allergies. I need a dehumidifier badly. This music does go hard, person man. She appears to be energetic. It doesn't change the fact that she's in danger. I have to get her out of this world, no matter what. Where did that sound come from? Let's go look.
I ought to tell you to go home, but I get that you're worried about your sis. Come on, let's go check it out.
We both start running at the same time. Reach my full running speed when something occurs to me. I'm surprised to see Miss President keeping pace right beside me. Just standing still in the world would be strenuous to a normal person. But she doesn't seem to be out of breath. Quite impressive. I take a moment to quietly praise the girl running next to me. So what happens when you go too much? I'm not cleaning up that gymnasium. We burst into the gym where the noise came from, and there's no one here. Instead, we see huge piles of stacked chairs. They're twisted and intertwined everywhere on the open floor of the gym, forming huge towers that reach almost the ceiling.
What is this? Who'd go to all this trouble?
Girl stares at the chairs and is seemingly dumbfounded. Suddenly, the monitor in the gym flickers to life. And as I expected, Teddy appears again in that costume.
Oh, are you on a hot date, Sensei? Well, that's fine with me, of course. But shouldn't you keep your mind on the fighting? Whoa, you look so mortified. That's the face I was hoping to see.
He's not saying anything completely straight, but he's obviously hinting that he knows that I'm worried about Nanako. God damn, sorry about my throat there. I like to call him M. Bison Teddy. I know he's saving Nanako's important, but I can't leave this president alone and abandoned to his world either. Still, oh Jesus, oh my God, I'm so sorry, everyone. I still feel Teddy's words causing me to doubt myself. And this president raises her voice.
Hey, you! You're the ringleader of this mess, aren't you?
Yeah, Mook! I'll break your fucking thumbs!
What's the idea? Raising a ruckus like this without running it by the student council. Hack it in and clean all this up already.
She speaks as fast and clearly as she had when I first met her. After getting a clear look at her, I feel like I've come to realize where she gets her courage from. She truly wishes to protect the school. Her strong awareness of her duty is surpassing her fear. But Teddy on the monitor looks annoyed and sneers at Mr. President. He's incredibly detestable. I can't believe Teddy would even make such a malicious expression.
What's that tiny thing? I'm in the middle of an important conversation with Sensei. A yappy little mutt like you should be muzzled and sit in the corner. Sit, puppy, sit!
He has absolutely no intent of dealing with her seriously. Miss President turns bright red in humiliation and from being brushed off like that. This is enough. I take a step forward and put myself between the monitor and Miss President.
I'll take it from here. It's all right. There's nothing to worry about.
Miss President's lips are trembling. She must be angry that there's nothing she can do herself. I don't want to let those feelings continue, so I turn and face Teddy on the monitor.
That was pretty harsh, Teddy. Hard to believe a womanizer like you would say such things.
What's so attractive about a shameless liar like her?
Liar? Do you know something about her?
The way he said that makes it sound as if there's something in the history between the two. But as usual, he doesn't bother giving any details in the answer.
Come on, Sensei. Your opponent's getting tired of waiting for you. With the next challenger, come on down!
Drink woman. I know, I'm sorry. My throat just like dried up completely. And there's a tickle and it sucks. After that line, another cloud of smoke rises from the floor. But this time, it's Yukiko who appears.
Oh, thank goodness you're safe. What's the matter?
It's nothing. Are you all right? Has anything odd happened to you?
Odd? No, I don't think so.
Yukiko seems alarmed to see me in a defensive posture. I feel my shoulders relax in relief as I shift my weight to stand normally. It seems that she hasn't been affected like Yosuke had. I don't think I've been that tense though. Now that's Yukiko I remember. She's as sharp as always, exactly where we need her. When we need her. Sorry. If she's not being confused, then I immediately ask for her help. I tried to explain what I need.
Nanako might be in here. I'm heading to the announcement room where Teddy is.
Okay, now the problem is there's like something in my throat and it won't go away, and as I talk it's like, haha, it's gonna tickle your throat, now you get a cough. It's like, god damn it.
I need you to protect this girl for me. She might be a victim of all this.
I motion towards Miss President standing next to me. Yukio looks at me in surprise. I don't blame her though. But what Yukio said was even more surprising.
Why do I have to do that? It's not like I know her or anything.
I'm not going to help her because I don't know her? Is that really what she's saying? I can understand that she might be cautious when meeting someone for the first time, but would Yukiko really think that way? It's got to be the same with Yosuke. That same uncanny sense of wrongfulness is coming back to me when I hear Yukiko speak.
Yukiko, not you too. Calm down and listen to me. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Huh? What are you saying all of a sudden? I can hear you clearly. What did you mean by you too?
When I try to question her, Yukiko's expression returns to normal. I can't tell anymore. She doesn't look like she's being controlled by someone. Am I overthinking this too much? Didn't affect me? What should I care? At very least, she doesn't seem enthusiastic about this P1.
This is probably a trick the enemy is playing on us. They're trying to get us to fight each other. I'll say it one more time, Yukiko. I'd like you to protect this girl for me.
Sorry, but I don't know how to put this. It just feels like you're being really selfish. You always help people who have nothing to do with you, and I admire that. But where does that leave us? It's always your friends who get put in danger because of your self-centeredness.
I'm used to hearing her voice, but her words are scathing. I'm convinced now. There's no obvious change in her attitude like there had been with Yosuke. Something must be warping Yukiko's words too. Words may seem like a sounded argument, but she means something else. I don't care if someone who isn't related to me gets hurt. That's definitely not something Yukiko would say. The real Yukiko would never say something that disrespects the value of life that way. Don't be deluded. Whatever happened to Yosuke is happening to Yukiko too. I don't understand the details, but Yukiko hasn't had a complete change of heart.
Yukiko.
What the? Yuka?
When I drew my sword, Miss President quickly tries to stop me. But I can't answer her right now. If a battle will clear up this pointless misunderstanding between us, then the time to fight is now.
Ooh, now that's our senpai. You'll show no mercy, not even to a girl if it's for your own goals. You're a real bastard with a sister complex.
God damn!
Keep it up and bring them all down.
I ignore the taunts being delivered by Rise's voice. Even if our own words aren't getting through to each other, and we have to fight without understanding what's going on, we'll come to an understanding later. I have to believe. Gotta believe! Both myself and my friends. I held my sword to the side to protect Miss President, who was standing behind me.
Sorry, but you need to stay back. Whatever you see here, try to stay calm. Promise me you won't run away.
What happened next will probably surprise her greatly, but I doubt Miss President will run away. She's already shown me how strong her determination is. I glance at her over my shoulder. Although she looks worried, she still gives me a slight nod of agreement. Now, time to do this. I must end this as quickly as possible.
Persona!
I concentrate all my senses and summon the strength of my heart, my persona, Izanagi. If I allow myself to go easy on Yukiko, she'll surely defeat me. Yukiko smiles faintly and takes her battle stance. She resisted the idea of protecting Miss President and seems to have no qualms whatsoever about fighting me. There's definitely something else controlling her.
Come, Konohana Sakuya.
Yukiko's black hair forms graceful arcs in the air as her persona, Konohana Sakuya, rises behind her. That's right. The usual Yukiko should have been a beautiful heart like this. Wait for me. I will save you. Bookmark time! I didn't realize, I thought that for some reason they had the arena story mode in Ultimax, so I had to like restart the screen again because I was like, oh shit, I gotta pop in my PS3 game.
Finally!
I'm so glad I kept it.
Yukiko Senpai and her fans are taking the stage! Time to try that one again!
It's been a while since I've done it. That's okay.
What? This is truly the fight of the century!
Yeah, sorry about the coffee.
Can they turn this into a victory? Persona's been destroyed! Oh, an awakening! Will this turn the tables?
Hold on, command list.
Has the battle been decided? The opponent's still standing! His defense is shattered! That one hit both sides have awakened! Could go either way! What a reversal! The match is still up in the air! What an
Got her.
amazing comeback!
I barely won that.
They lost the
Race
lead.
line is a bit
What a
awkward if you
disappointment.
romanced her in the OG Persona 4, right? But I made sure that you or John Cena Senpai was asexual, friends only.
The winner is you, Senpai! What an utter thrashing!
We're all backing down, so let's play offline. Woo!
I love all this animosity.
Oh, it gets even better punishment. Let's play the PS3 version of the first
Showing
game.
how they really feel by beating the crap out of each other. That's the real thrill of the P1 Grand Prix!
Woo! I don't care to hear any more of Teddy's jests. I still have reservations about fighting against my friends, but I now know that there's no other way to save them. I'm resolved to do what it has to be done. Also, there's no knowing if Teddy and Rise have been affected, just like Yosuke and Yukiko had. If they are, then there's no use in trying to talk to them through the monitor like this. That's the conclusion I've come to, but Miss President seems to have other ideas.
How much further are you gonna push this? Why are you doing it anyway? These guys are friends! What's so much fun about making friends fight each other?
Friends for eternity, loyalty, honesty. Miss President vents her frustrations at Teddy's image on the monitor. But I was a bit surprised how she worded it. She seemed more upset that he was making friends fight each other, not why he had dragged the entire school into this mess. We've only just met, but she clearly sympathizes with us and understands the pain we're going through. Well, if this is a version you own, then it's all good. No, I have the other ones too. It's just I'm doing the story mode. This game can use some dragon sound. I'm embarrassed, but proud at the same time. A girl with such compassion, but a great student council president. No wonder she was elected to represent the student body, Yasogami High.
It's alright. Thanks, though.
It's not alright! This is...
She's so worked up, and she lashes out at me. Perhaps her heart is still a little too honest. But her anger sets my mind at ease. She's right. What General Teddy is doing right now cannot be forgiven. I glare at the monitor.
Sorry, but you're not getting your wish.
What?
Did you think this would be all it took to break us apart? That it would make us hate each other? Sorry to say, but that's a huge mistake on your part. I believe in my friends. They'll never get taken in like that.
You're so stupid! What kind of sensei are you?
I'm warning you now. If you really are Teddy, then we'll get you back to normal no matter what it takes. Even if it costs us our lives. But if you're an imposter, hiding behind Teddy's face, I will make you pay for toying with us.
Teddy scoffs and turns around. Monitor suddenly switches off, suddenly turning on us without any signs of remorse. That's not like the Teddy at all. No, it's most likely not the real Teddy. Seeing the anger in his face only strengthens my suspicions. Someone must be taking Teddy's form, making it look like he's the one committing the acts.
That girl's come around.
I immediately rush to Yukiko's side. Are you alright?
Yukiko, are you alright? I'm sorry I couldn't go easy on you.
No, it's okay. You weren't your usual self, but I could tell by your eyes that there was something going on. I'm sorry too. Did I hurt you?
Kinda, yeah. I sure wouldn't want to get into it with you again.
I try to pass it off as a joke, and we look at each other and laugh. Things are going to get the same way as they had with Yosuke. It's becoming clear now.
Hey, did I say things that offended you earlier?
Yes. You did.
Yukiko hesitates as if even remembering it is a difficult experience. What in the world did my illusion say to her? I bet it was something horrible. Whoever's doing this is certainly finding the most annoying way of getting us to fight. But what am I supposed to say to her doesn't matter. Yukiko is still hesitant to bring it up, so I tell her not to worry about it.
I don't need to know what I said. I just wanted to see if my guess was right. It looks like our enemy has the power to confuse our senses. My first opponent was Yosuke, and he told me a similar story after we fought.
Huh? You said something bad to Yosuke-kun too? What did you tell him?
You sure you want to know?
If I'm the only one admitting to what happened, that's not fair to it, is it? But that curiosity is in line with the Yukiko I know. I evade the issue with a smile and call out the Miss President who is standing behind us.
What kind of people are you?
Right? Beats the shit out of Yukiko. You alright, Yukiko? He says he's going to put his life on the line, but he doesn't even know what the real Teddy or imposter. I want confirmation. You senpai, why you say bad things? Okay, woo woo.
Oh, right. We used our personas.
Yeah, we should at least explain to her what's going on.
She did see everything that just happened. This would be a good opportunity to tell her everything. I introduced Miss President and Yukiko to each other to fill in the parts that I had left out in my previous explanation. I tell her about the personas. I tell her that we're actually in a world inside the television. And I tell her how the scenery here changes according to the hearts of the people who enter it. She looks doubtful while I'm talking, but considering she's just seen our personas only moments ago, she doesn't immediately deny it. Still, it seems that she can't accept it at all either. She crossed her arms as if lost in thought. On the other hand, it seems that Yukiko didn't know that Yasogami High had new student council president either. Yukiko apologized for not having paid attention to the elections in April.
And that's it in a nutshell.
So, that's what you meant by falling into a TV.
So how smashed would you be if it took to get a shot if someone said persona? Pretty smashed.
Yeah, which makes me believe this school could be a part of your mind that's materialized.
You die of alcohol poisoning.
This school came from me? That's a lot to swallow. I'm not surprised. Why is it different this time around, though? Usually the victim's shadow appears first.
That's right. I had doubts about that too. There's a reason why it's dangerous for people who can't use their personas to enter this world. Besides the obvious reasons, such as not being able to escape and unable to protect themselves from shadows. A person's shadow separates them. Shadows that split off are strongly attached to the original people that they came from. They'll try to harm them if they try to become independent identities. I hadn't given it much thought since Miss President seems so energetic, but it's so possible that this happened to her as well. I put this together with the conversation I had with Teddy a moment ago. Come to the conclusion.
The Teddy who's hosting this tournament. What if he's actually this girl's shadow?
Huh?
I noticed he got agitated when I called him an imposter. Fake Teddy would mean he's someone else using Teddy's form.
I see. If this place reflects Miss President's heart, her shadow must be here. And right now, the strongest candidate is...
That's right. We both saw an illusion. Then the very least, the enemy has the power to delude our senses and make us see and hear things that aren't there. What is the deal with Japanese anime girls and red eyes? I once pissed off a FF group by saying Tifa was the devil because of this. Well, I know Tifa was originally planned to be Vincent's sister. That's why that she kind of still has the red eyes from that. If I can do that, then I can easily see our enemy can use that power to change its appearance. That means it could be impersonating Teddy and leading this tournament. That still leaves the question to why it would take on the appearance of someone it doesn't know. I've seen shadows in the past took up bizarre appearances. This is the first time I've seen them impersonate an existing person. Does this shadow have some kind of objective? When I come to my senses, I see that Miss President has turned pale, staring down at the ground. All this talk about shadows in another world doesn't seem to be reaching her, but she seems troubled by the thought that she might be causing all this trouble. I'm about to tell her that the actions of her shadow aren't her fault. And Miss President rises to her feet.
I'm gonna check out the announcement room. That General Teddy's behind the whole shebang, right? And if it came from me...
She bangs! Also, Sephiroth and Aerith were supposed to be siblings because of their hair. Yep, I remember that too.
Then I gotta own up to the responsibility. As student body president, I can't let this go.
Wait, you're being reckless. We'll take care of the shadow. You need to...
What? Get out of this TV world? And how am I supposed to do that? Go on. Show me the door.
Well...
Her eyes are filled with the fire of determination, just as they had been when I first met her. Her sense of responsibility and her awareness of her duties saying that she will never back
Your little
down.
cousin's in the announcement room, and you're gonna go save her, right? I might not be as strong as the two of you, but I'm no slouch in a fight. Wouldn't it be better if we went together?
No, don't you understand? This world is...
I know it's dangerous, but there's gotta be something only I can do to help. Hell, that aside, I can't leave after causing so much trouble. Making friends fight each other. I'm going on ahead. You don't want to waste time arguing, yeah?
Imagine a student president doing things right. Miss President declares this voice and that brooks no argument. Takes off running. Yikes. I wasn't expecting her to behave rashly like this. I remember how fast she can run. If I'm gonna go after her, I need to go once or I'll lose her.
Please, you have to go after her.
Yukiko sees me hesitate and knows exactly what to say. She's right. There's not much we don't understand, but there's no way the investigation team can let a victim run off and die. Yukiko ignores the fact that I be leaving her here alone and tells me to follow the girl whom she only just met. This is the exact opposite behavior she's been displaying before the fight. Now this is the Yukiko Magi I know. I'm ashamed that I even slightly let myself be confused by the way I had heard her speak before. And I answered. Come back for you no matter what. Thank you.
I believe in you.
Yukiko nods at me, and I turn and begin running as fast as I can. After relying on the faint echoes of footsteps, I head to pursue Miss President through the school. Can't use my memories of the school in order to navigate because the invisible walls are everywhere. The announcer room is upstairs. That obviously limits the path she can take. I'll catch up to her no matter what. I've been running after Miss President for a while, but I still can't catch sight of her. She's so fast, it's almost unnatural. I even begin to think that my path may not be hindered by the invisible walls. Wait a second. Now I think about it, she's not participating in the P1 Grand Prix. She hadn't appeared in the introduction video, and even though she'd been there when I faced off with Yukiko, she wasn't affected by the rules. Would she be able to walk through these walls? If so, then catching up to her will be quite difficult. Just as I'm thinking this, suddenly a blue door appears in my path. I've seen this before. This is the entrance to the Velvet Room. I have time to deal with this, so I think. Then I consider the timing of the appearance. I can't help but feel that there must be a reason for it. I make up my mind and reach for the door. As I walk through the door, I feel a slight sense of lightheadedness and close my eyes reflexively. I can't talk. When I open my eyes, I'm seated in my usual position, and Margaret is smiling quietly at me, as if nothing is different. She sees that I've noticed her, and she speaks as if I'm aware of her impatience.
You seem flustered, but time has no meaning here.
Margaret politely points out that knowing that I'm in a hurry. Time is meaningless, huh? Though I figured that a few things about the room, it seems that there's still more to learn for me to learn about it. I wonder if she'd be pissed if I told her the Red Sox suck. Alright. If time doesn't pass when I'm in this room, then I should concentrate on what she's about to tell me. Once again, as if reading my thoughts, Margaret smiles.
It seems you've emerged victorious and have come away with a piece of the truth. Though you are in a garden of deceit, you have the vision to go forward. Very impressive.
Is that student council president's shadow really the cause of all this then?
Who can say? All I know is that you are getting ever closer to the truth. There is one thing I can tell you.
Margaret's golden eyes are fixed on mine.
If that girl's shadow is the cause of this misfortune, she will face her trial. But it's separate from your fate. You have your own trial to overcome. Keep that to heart.
My own trial?
I didn't mean to, but I repeat what Margaret had just said.
Everyone sees various things in you that draw them to you. Salvation, hope. I myself find fascination in watching over you. Fate may not be the author of your trials, but you are destined to be tested.
Margaret smiles mischievously and nods towards me. Another slight feeling of lightheadedness passes, and I return to the outwardly school. Blue door is nowhere to be found, as if it had never been there to begin with. She likes to watch. She's like sexy Santa Claus. I look up. Still don't understand what my own trial is supposed to be. But for some reason, my mind is cleared up a bit. Place bookmark, please. Thank you. In any case, I need to keep chasing after Miss President. And now I immediately see a recognizable feature, her long ponytail. I found her.
Wait! It's too dangerous to go alone.
Miss President turns around in response to my voice. She's smiling. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Color me impressed that you managed to catch up to me so quick.
This calmness. She had expected that I would follow her? I'm beginning to feel like she's toying with me. But I understand now. Nothing I can say to her will change her mind. There's no helping it then.
Promise me that you won't leave my side. And you can't do anything rash. If you can't agree to those terms, I'll have to force you into protective custody. This is a matter of life and death for you.
Sure thing. Then let's get to that announcement room together.
I thought that I'd be able to keep her in check by saying that her life was in danger. She didn't take any notice. Just shrugged and accepted my proposal. It's quite hard to deal with. I'm not sure she knows how I'm feeling, but she speaks up.
Hey, mind if I ask you something?
Sure.
What is it?
There's a moment of silence. Just as I'm about to ask her to go on, Miss President continues.
It's tough, being forced to fight your friends, huh? Sorry. You don't gotta answer.
She must still be thinking about my fight with Yukiko. True, I'm slightly hesitant to talk about any of this, but it's a question that must be answered. That's how it feels to me.
No, you're right. If I could avoid it, I would. But I believe in my friends.
You mean your friends won't hate you after the fight? Or you think they'll understand that you don't really want to fight?
I don't know. Both, maybe. I mean, there's no way we'd fight each other without some kind of reason.
Will she believe that answer? Studying Miss President's face. But when she opens her mouth, she has an unexpected, gloomy look in her eyes.
What if you had to kill each other?
Kill each other? Surely hadn't anticipated that question. Caught off guard by how I hadn't even considered it. It's true, there's no guarantee that this General Teddy won't suddenly decide to make us fight to the death on a whim.
Sorry, that was probably over the line. I don't know why I said that.
I wouldn't let it happen.
Even if I was forced into such a situation, I would never follow that order. That's all I can say right now. But after hearing my answer, Miss President cast her eyes down again. I don't beat the shit out of my friends unless it's in good reason. After seeing that behavior, I, how to put this, felt a sense of incongruity? Why could that be? Something doesn't feel like her. Could Miss President be carrying some unimaginable burden that she has yet to confide in us? It's so heavy that she would ask that question of me. Speaking of which, if General Teddy does turn out to be her shadow, what does that mean about whatever repressed thoughts she truly has? Suddenly it seems that her courageous and cheerful demeanor are a mirror image of that. A slight sense of fear chills my spine. My thoughts race through my head while we walk down the hallway. Oof.
What are you doing?
Ugh! Thought I broke my nose for a moment. That's the invisible wall again. Even though I should have been expecting them, I relaxed my guard and then walked right into him. Hold my nose and wave away Mrs. President, who looks concerned.
There's an invisible wall. I don't think I can go through here.
An invisible wall? Oh, that must have been why you broke out of the mime act every now and then. Well, if I can pass through, it must only be blocking the tournament fighters. This world sure is out there.
Miss President walks right through the place I bumped into. So that must have been the case. As I imagine, Miss President is unaffected by these walls. Is it because she's not the fun of the fighters in the Grand Prix? Of course, if General Teddy really is her shadow, maybe the normal rules don't apply to her. The entrance leading to the school building is ahead of us. But perhaps worst of all is that the wall had just walked into is blocking me from reaching there. I'll just have to find some other way. No, there are walls there too. And the same can be said for the directions towards the entrance. A thought crossed my mind as I checked back the way we came. It's as I thought. Another invisible wall has formed where I just passed. I can't go back. With the walls in every direction, there's nowhere I can go. I'm trapped. And if I can't go anywhere, this is the only mean one thing.
Be careful. This probably means...
The moment I call out to Miss President, General Teddy appears to the monitor, the entranceway. It means my third round in the P1 Grand Prix is about to begin.
Is your snout okay, Sensei? Jeez, you're such a klutz.
You're still using that form? It's getting old. Why don't you just show your true self?
Boy, you've gotten peevish. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I was intentionally trying to rile him up, but he wasn't falling for it. It looks like I'm not going to get him to reveal anything that way. I quickly changed tactics.
Okay, so who's my next opponent?
Ooh, now you're getting into the spirit of things. Let me guess, you're starting to enjoy beating up your friends? Okay, with the next challenger, come on down!
General doesn't pick up on my intention, and I loudly yells out what appears to be his pre-battle catchphrase. Smoke pours out, and who should appear from the smoke but the person I was expecting to see. 4 of us have entered the TV together. I've already fought against Yusuke and Yukiko. Then...
That's what I thought. You're the last of us, after all.
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be next, too.
Shay laughs along with me. For the moment, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with her, the words and actions. I can't let my guard down around me. After all, I felt the same way when I encountered Yukiko too. But, as they say, the third time's a charm. I had to see if Chie is in her right mind. Decided that the best way to do that is to be calm and start the conversation
Chie,
with her.
you know what they're doing, right?
Before I could begin to explain, Chie cuts me off.
Yeah, I know. The stuff we say gets twisted around so we end up fighting each other, right? Don't worry. You're the son of a bitch who left us as soon as the last case ended, but you're still our good friend. I mean, you have it easy. You're just fighting your friends. I have to keep killing over and over, all because of you humans!
Oh shit! Now this is obvious. She is clearly not herself. So blatant her words don't offend me at all. Moreover, it's not just out of character, but Chia would never say anything like that. And you humans? That's a good confessing that you're not human. Alright, carnivore was it? Miss President is watching us from nearby. She looks more dumbfounded than worried. Still. What Chia said at the end caught my attention. I had to keep killing over and over.
More stuff about killing, huh? Miss President was talking about it earlier, too. This must be...
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Hurts. I'll give you a taste of the pain they put me through!
She's not even trying to sound like Chie anymore. I can't even begin to understand what she's talking about. But if a shadow is intentionally making people say these things, what does this mean about Miss President? Killing each other? All because of humans? What kind of secret past could the new student council president of Yasogami High be harboring? No, now's not the time for this. I'll have to look into this after we've cleared it all up. The confusion between
Let's
us.
do this, Chie.
I ignore her words and draw my sword. Immediately, Yusei's voice echoes through the area, as if she was waiting for this.
Well, well, round 3 of the P1 Grand Prix already. Word on the street is that the carnivore may have a slight advantage. Will you, Senpai, all talk and no skill, manage to eke out a win this time? Let's get this show on the road.
Oops, sorry, I hit the button. That's okay. She just said ready. Place bookmark. Yeah, we have to go through everyone's story, so this is gonna be longer than I thought, which is fine. It's kind of what I wanted. When I put this up, I knew it would be like maybe a few streams.
Finally!
Behold Chie-senpai's secret come dangerous!
Easy not.
A vicious attack! Is the opponent cornered?
Fire, you say I gotta beat up Chie.
This is not good! Ooh, the battle is joined now! Go, go! Will we hit?
I did a combo! Punch that girl in the face!
Has the battle been decided? The opponent still
Oh my
standing!
god, Chie did combo.
Are they out of their league in this battle? Her persona's been destroyed! Ooh, this is turning into a catch-up fight!
Gotcha!
A round of applause for both sides!
Bookmark, please. Thank you. There we go. I know that there's some like alternate routes that happen too. So yeah. Oh good, she's wearing shorts. Yeah, Chie makes sure to do that. Chie's smart. I've won. Lowered my sword and began slowing my breath. I don't believe I've injured Chie too badly. Considering that's my third time having to do this, I feel like I'm getting pretty good at not having to seriously wound people in a fight.
Wipe that smug look off your face. This isn't fun at all!
General Teddy has seen that the fights ended without any injuries and spits his words through his monitor. The image on the monitor then disappears without anything further. Let him say whatever he wants. I fought all my friends I came into the TV with, and none of them are hurt. All that's left is to head to the announcement room and make sure Nanako is safe, and then we'll be able to go home. Walk over to Chie and help her up off the ground. She's come back to her senses, and she seems a little sheepish. Oh man, are you alright?
I think so. Man, you're strong. I'm kind of shocked at how much of a difference there is between us.
Look who's talking. I've never been kicked around so badly in my life. I wait for Chie to reach her feet and then tell her everything that's happened up to this point.
So the others are safe too? What a relief. I was pretty worried.
Chie is so relieved that she sits down on the floor once more. I can't help but smile at that reaction. She really does care about her friends. Yeah, these are the people I believe in. Seeing us exchanging smiles like nothing was wrong. This president sounds perplexed when she speaks up.
You guys really are tight, aren't you? Makes me jealous.
Well, we did spend a whole lot of time together last year because of that case. Sure, I was surprised to hear such weird stuff coming from him, but I know he'd never say any of that to me. Wait a sec. Who are you?
Oh, I forgot about that. I quickly introduce Miss President and tell Chie that she may be a victim of this case. But Chie looks again at Miss President suspiciously.
Huh? The student council president? You mean ours? That doesn't seem right. I remember the new president being a guy.
What are you saying? I'm the student council president. Who else would I be?
I'm pretty sure, though. Maybe if you told me your name, I'd remember.
My name?
Miss President stops moving. What's going on? She can't tell us her name? That's not the strange question, is it? For some reason, Miss President seems unable to answer. I sense some kind of incoherent melancholy from her. Chie and I share this tense glance.
My name's...
What's wrong?
My memories. No, I don't want to fight anymore. Why do we have to kill one another?
Kill one another? I gasp when I hear the words fall from her mouth. I don't know what's crossing her mind right now, but she's definitely not acting normally. I glance at Chie and then try to approach Miss President in hopes of calming her down. Oh, goddamn! Without warning, Miss President begins flailing her arms as if trying to ward off demons that only she can see. Chia reaches out and touches her in concern. Miss President's arm catches Chia and easily knocks her aside.
Chia!
What power! I barely managed to catch Chia before she slams into the concrete wall. Still, the sudden breakdown. What in the world's happened to Miss President? Once I've helped Chia back to her feet, we carefully approach her from both sides. This will be a little rough, but it can't be helped. You can't ask her anything while she's like this. But at that moment...
What?
No way!
Before I know it, Miss President is flying through the air. She was jumping? For a moment, I can't comprehend what I'm seeing. This is no ordinary leap. She was at a standstill, but now her entire body is suddenly up higher than my head. Her jumping ability is unbelievable. She and I look up in astonishment as Miss President kicks off the ceiling and changes directions and land in full run.
Wow. Who is that girl? Did I say something to offend her? She did mention something about her memories.
Come to think of it, her memories did seem a little muddled. Maybe she was on the verge of getting them back.
What kind of memory would make her go nuts and run away like that?
Can't answer Chia at all. What if you had to kill each other? I hear Miss President's sad voice in my head. Chia apparently wasn't expecting me to answer her, and she continues.
I'll wait here. Make sure you rescue her, okay?
Her voice is strong and confident. To drive the point home, she pokes my chest with her finger as if ordering me. Even though she might be in danger herself, still worrying about others. All my friends are like that. That makes me really happy right now. As Chia, she'll be alright on her own. Fires back, let me worry about that. I nod to her and begin running after Miss President once more. I will save her, no matter what. Even though I was running as fast as I could, the invisible walls keep preventing me from making much headway. I attempt to strike at the walls with my persona, but nothing happens.
So many invisible walls, one after another. Miss President can pass through them. I don't know if I can keep up the pursuit.
The announcement room is still my destination. There's no way to know if this is where Miss President is headed as well, but there's a shadow waiting for me, then I'll need to get there anyway. Teddy and Rise should be in the announcement room, and if Nanako is being held captive, that's where she'd be as well. I have to keep running, but yet another wall blocks the hallway. At first I think that this is a dead end, but I realize that I can cut through the classroom and come out on the other side of the wall. It's forcing me to enter the room rather than letting me go straight. Probably means brace myself and put my hand on the door. The moment I step inside, a familiar voice echoes in my mind.
Hi. Senpai! Can you hear me? Please answer me!
Rise, it's normal!
That voice. Is that you, Rise? The real one?
Her voice isn't coming from the PA system. I'm actually hearing it in my head. This has to be the work of Rise's persona.
Thank goodness. I've been all alone since that weird fake Teddy captured me. And then you were all fighting each other.
I can hear the relief in her voice. She sounds so different from the insensitive and rude voice that had been coming from the PA system. This is indeed the Rise I know.
Where are you now, Rise? Can you locate where I am?
I'm sorry, I don't think there's time. I'm stuck in the announcement room. Please, Senpai, you have to hurry. If you don't, he'll...
Rise! What's wrong, Rise?
There's no answer. Communication has been cut off. Has something happened in the announcement room? My heart begins racing. The enemy made us fight each other as participants in this tournament, but they had captured Rise as well. It's clear to me that they must have been worried about her using her persona powers to tell us the truth. But that's not important right now. If she was just captured to prevent her from contacting us, then the enemy must think Rise is being less valuable than those who had to fight. She sounded okay, but who knows what might happen to her now. I have to hurry.
Pardon me for interrupting while you are lost in thought.
A hand brushes my shoulder. Unsurprised, I jump away and draw my sword. I can't believe that I let myself get so lost in thought that I didn't notice someone until they touched me. The second at a time I've let myself get so distracted. I'm not used to having my friends with me while we investigated last year. I can't pay attention to the entire world on my own. I need to brace myself. Toaster! Buh, buh, buh. I look up and see another unfamiliar face. A girl with blonde hair and striking blue eyes. Wait, a girl? Her face and voice seem human-like, but the rest of her, there's metal everywhere, all over her body. For a moment, I wondered if this is just an elaborate costume, but I can see the interior framework of her body where her joints connected.
I didn't mean to startle you.
You're,
Hey, it's Toaster!
It's nice to meet you. My name is Aegis. And no, I am not human. You are the one from the introduction video, listed as the Sister Complex Kingpin of Steel, Narukami-san. Correct?
The goddess Toaster is here! The question catches me off guard. I wasn't expecting a complete stranger to call me that. And did she say she wasn't human? It's well, when Yosuke called me by that stupid title, I knew it was a joke, but when a stranger says it, it sounds like they truly believe it. Ha! This is a pain.
Nanako is important to me, but calling it a complex is stretching things.
No, wait a second. I was trying to play it off, but I ended up blurting out Nanako's name anyways. Calm down. I need to take this conversation away from the subject. I cleared my throat and tried to start over.
Aigis-san, was it? Why are you here?
Our primary objective is the destruction of shadows, but we have come to this world on a different mission.
The destruction of shadows?
She fights shadows? How can she do that if...
And does that mean...
Yes. I have a persona as well. Though my body is a machine, personas are the strength of the heart after all.
We learned that last time when we played Persona. Just as I thought. I'm surprised to find another Persona user outside of my group of friends. And a robot on top of that. I can't come to grips with it all of this. From the way we were talking, she seems just like a normal person, only in an interesting suit. True, I've seen stories on the news about robots looking uncannily like real humans, but this isn't something like this far beyond those. Even Toaster can have a persona. Persona! Toast spread. Beautiful. Still, I can't help but believe the evidence in my own eyes. I mean, I've been hopping in and out of TVs for the past year. Who am I to say what's strange or not? Perhaps the technology behind her creation has supernatural roots in its own. Uncanny being the operative word. I find myself growing more and more interested in how she came to be here, but I have to put that aside for now. There's something I need to find out from her first. It's P1 Grand Prix. It's so similar to the events of last year, but to think that it would involve someone like her. I don't have to click out a picture of everything that's happening, but that's for sure. I calm myself and then ask her what I feel to tell me she's going to be doing in this world.
And what is this mission of yours?
She opens her mouth and responds, but just then. The monitor inside the classroom turns on! It's that moment that I suddenly remember. It's likely that I'm going to have to fight here. I've forgotten about sensing, and then I entered the room.
Aha! So that's where you got to, Sensei. I've been looking all over for you. Ooh, who's the honey? Were you in the middle of trying to score with her?
As if you didn't know. You're the one who lured us both here.
Oh my, did you figure it out? I didn't have a choice after those guys decided on their own to horn in on the fun. You're a bright boy, Sensei. You know what's coming next, don't you?
The general is on the monitor, gives me a twisted smile. Could Aigis-san's mission be something that would cause him trouble? Can't figure out what his motives are, but he's using us to crush each other. In other words, he's the next challenger being set against me. Aigis seems to understand this as well. He's staring at the monitor with quiet animosity.
Sorry about this. Do you know the rule of this tournament?
Only the victor of each match may move on. Yes?
I have nothing against you, but I'm in a hurry for my own reasons.
Neither of us, in other words, can back down. Then there should be no hard feelings.
Agatha-san is professionally straightforward about this. She immediately takes the fighting stance. A bitter thought comes to me. It's tough being forced into a fight my friends, but for some reason having hurt someone that I don't even know is tougher. Another thought comes on the heels of that one. I don't know if this girl, perhaps her appearance here means that there are urgent problems that an ordinary student like me can't fathom. It gives me the right to stop her on a mission. Shouldn't I know that's at stake before I take that from her? Thankfully, it seems that she hasn't gone mad like my other friends. Perhaps the enemy doesn't care about clouding the minds of people who don't know each other. If we're still capable of understanding each other, then we should talk this over before we do anything.
That will not do. We will speak more of this after one of us wins.
Agatha-san say this so quickly. It's as if she's reading my mind. For a moment, I'm struck by how she could have known what I was thinking. But... oh god, my throat. I realize she's right. What good it do to talk us over things? True, the loser cannot leave this room, but until then we have to battle, and neither of us is going anywhere. Oh god, water. Hold on. Refreshing. Doesn't really matter if we come to understanding or not. Until we have a fight, none of the goals are going to be accomplished. Oh, god damn it. If that's the case, it's better we don't hear about each other's problems before we fight. That could be why Agatha hasn't told me anything. It must be a version of kindness. Silently ready, me sword? Me sword? Agatha appears and smiles slightly when I do. Right, I'm not going to give up what I'm fighting for either. I need Nanako and my friends to be safe. I have to make sure that Miss President is okay. I'll use everything I can to protect them. Thank her for her consideration to make it a point to announce that I'm ready to
And
fight.
here goes. There's no need to hold back.
Indeed. Let us do battle.
Alright, time to beat up a toaster. Place bookmark, yes. I'm adjusting my butt. Oh my god, I know I'm staying on longer than usual, but I want to. Alright. Toaster time, baby.
Final. Fight.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind either.
Severe impact! No! Severe impact!
Nice try.
Barney!
Easy enough.
Barney!
Easy enough.
Severe impact! No! Severe impact! Iron is taking damage! Motor functions shutting down!
Well, that they make the story mode fights not last long. Because that generally means I'm like, get back to the story.
Wowza! Now that's the sensei I know! That hunk of junk was no match for you! Serves you right! Keep suffering! Friend against friend, beating the heck out of each other!
Machine with the power of a persona. She was made to fight shadows, and I have no idea what she was capable of. I feel like my mind's been drained even more than my body. I figure people blow through this in a day. It angers me to see that the general is watching over us with an expression of joy, as if we were some performers for his amusement. I looked up and glared at the
I don't know why you're making us fight, but it's pointless. We aren't fighting because we hate each other. The reason we can fight is because we respect and trust each other.
A low growl. That's the only sound I hear. The real Teddy's never made such a hateful sound. It's actually rather scary.
Stupid! You're such a dumbass! What's with you?
The image on the monitor distorts along with that outburst. The general is having trouble remembering to act as someone else. His face bulges and ripples disturbingly as his hate pours through the screen. Any pretense that copying that adorable stupidity of the real Teddy is gone now. I notice that the voice splitting out of these hateful words is not Teddy's either.
Respect? Trust? So what if you don't hate each other? You're not like me! I was forced to fight
General on the monitor continues to rage.
What are you talking about? Why did you set this tournament up?
The moment I say that, I feel that all the dots have become connected. When Miss President had asked out of the blue if we were going to be forced to kill each other, that ominous muttering of killing one another, were those both something that had come directly from her past? Maybe she had been forced to fight against people that she didn't want to fight. Had she been forced to destroy something that was precious to her? There's no way to know for sure, but it's possible. Considering this, it kind of explains why her shadow would have created a tournament like this. That is, she wanted us to feel what she went through. I might not be able to entirely correct, but I feel like I'm close to the truth. Should I just ask General Teddy about my suspicions? But as I'm considering raising my voice...
Pardon my eccentric entrance.
Uh-oh! Someone comes crashing through the ceiling. What in the world? I rush over to Aigason and protect her from the falling debris. Oh, it's a Bith! We get a reunion! Clap, everyone! Clap! When I look up, I see a young woman emerge from the cloud of dust. Not as strange as Aiga, she seems a little uncommon as well. But even beside that, why did she have to come through the ceiling? This room has doors. Makes no sense at all. I had been about to get a heart of the matter with General Teddy, but monitor room has been destroyed, along with the ceiling. Though she seems oblivious to my confusion, the girl cocks her head and apologizes again.
Oh, please excuse me. I didn't have the faintest idea that someone would be here.
Faintest?
Fiend? Fiend? Something along those lines at any rate.
What the hell is she talking about? Who in the world is this person? Oh, wait a second. That blue suit she's wearing looks familiar. And with that silver hair and golden eyes, could it be?
Are you from the Velvet Room?
My, is this what's known as being hit on? Forbidden ritual where one human approaches another based solely on appearance and bets on the inner self being equally attractive.
What? No, I'm not hitting on you. You just remind me of someone I know.
Okay, so actually that sounded like I really was hitting on her. No, I need to stop thinking about that. In any case, I need to ask her something.
Do you happen to know anyone by the name of Margaret?
Margaret?
When she repeats the name, her face seems surprisingly youthful. I'd been taken aback by her bizarre speech and actions, but could this girl be younger than me? Her profile simultaneously evokes the images of a pondering philosopher and an innocent girl. I can't figure out how exactly to speak to her. Maybe I should be more polite? I guess that doesn't matter too much. Anyways, worrying about the niceties isn't the most important thing right now.
Oh, actually, we should introduce ourselves first. I'm Yu Narukami.
Ah, that had slipped my mind also. My name is Elizabeth. Dear me, to hear that name fraught with memories in such a mundane, remote place.
She thinks of this world as a mundane place. That's confusing. Yasomina, but maybe out of the countryside, but I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. The girl, Elizabeth, suddenly bows elegantly.
Margaret is indeed my sister's name. Can I take that to mean that you are another guest of that room?
I see. So she's Margaret's sister. That would explain why she reminds me of her. Theo is top tier. Don't worry, we'll meet Theo soon.
Elizabeth-san, huh?
Not in this game, but later.
Well, I guess that's the case. It's true that there was a time when I visited that room.
Igor, Margaret, now Elizabeth. Seems there are more people who call that place home than I thought. I think I'm glad I met Margaret last year instead of this girl. Nah, that's Butterchud's girl. Stay away from her, John Cena.
But why is a resident of the Velvet Room here? Did Margaret send you with a message or something?
I am currently utterly neglecting my duties.
Is that so?
That doesn't really tell me much, but I have no response anyways. So what possessed her to come blasting through the ceiling instead of using the door? I decided not to bother asking her that. I've met so many different people over the last year, but trying to have a conversation with this girl is like trying to ride a wild horse. She's just going to ignore the direction I'm trying to steer us towards and just veer off wherever she wants. Best just hold on and go along for the ride then. Maybe if I pay attention, she'll tell me something worth my time. And if I try to ask her any questions, she'll likely just be confused anyways. Just as I'm having that thought, the girl seems to have noticed my hesitation and starts to talk about herself. Her eyes lit up with a sincere passion. She really is a hard one to read.
I have a certain desire. It may take a very long time for it to be realized. In order for my wish to be granted, I require a power much greater than what I have. The power of the wild card that changes bonds into strength. I have a feeling that the key lies there.
What if they make a Persona game starring Elizabeth and you're teaching her how to form bonds, and then she saves Butterchuds?
I know a little about the wild card, but
I feel that the first glue to granting my wish lies within that power.
glue?
Flu? Influenza. Something along those lines at any rate.
I have trouble coming up with the right words, but I can hear her sincerity in her speech. Probably. In other words, I think she means that the power of the wild card is related to her desire to come here. I think it's worth it just to ask how she knows that I have the power or where she found out about it. I'm just as struggling to follow the meandering path of her conversation. She brings up an outrageous suggestion.
Might I suggest that you and I fight?
What? Someone please tell me how she reached the conclusion that this was a good idea. I don't think I have a chance taking her out of it, though. But of course I have to try, so I say. We're going to fight?
Oh, how excited this is making me. My expectations are ascending skyward at Mach speed. To be direct, I'd like for you to show me the potential slumbering within you.
Let me make sure of something, just in case. You understand what I'm saying, right? There's no illusions at work?
Such parlor tricks can get stuffed.
I see. So you're actually in your right mind here. That's kind of, impressive.
Well, maybe she understood what I meant when I mentioned the illusions. If that's so, then she at least must have some idea what's going on around here. Even though she might understand it, she still wants to fight me. I wonder though, if she's unrelated to General Teddy's plans and invited herself to the tournament, do usual rules apply? When you think about this, Elizabeth taps her foot on the ground and takes a fighting posture. She really does want to fight. A huge leather-bound book in her hand opens, as if by itself. Torrent of power pours from the open book with a blue light. I can't believe this strange girl has such unimaginable power. She seems so aloof. No, it may be more correct to call it in the air of imminent violence.
All right. I won't be able to hold back.
To be honest, I was really only saying that in hopes of bluffing her. I have absolutely no room to hold back this fight. I hurried to cast off my fear and focus on the upcoming battle. No room for doubt. I need to hit her with my full strength from the start. Even if we were to fight her in the intent of killing her, I'd be lucky not to end up dead myself. At least that's how I feel. Elizabeth said calmly the
Let us do this. Your fate is in the cards.
Oh, shit. Place a bookmark. I forgot. I think I have to do something special here.
Finally.
Elizabeth is the fucking best.
Over here!
Take this. I feel like I have to finish her off. Release the elevator if they I don't know if that worked. I'm just gonna place it right here just in case. Because there is an alternate thing that happens. Yep, here it is. Just when I thought I managed to throw her off balance, Elizabeth Sand gets back up and elegantly, as if nothing had just happened. Suddenly I feel intensity build up in the air. Don't tell me she hadn't been taking this seriously at all up until now. The next moment, I swallow into a torrent of power like a leaf being blown in the air without the slightest understanding of what's happening. My vision blurs and I'm spun about. Before I can tell it from down, the floor jumps towards me and slams to the ground. Am I going to lose? With my cautious fate, I see faces of my friends and Aiga-san. Those who fought up against till now. It's like that story you see when your life flashes before our eyes before you die. Am I dying? Can I really accept that? I haven't lost yet. It's not over. I haven't lost yet. I can still fight. I've come so far. I can't lose heart now. Just really forced my legs to move and managed to stand up again. Elizabeth shuts her book in the air faintly.
I see. I am quite content with this outcome. It seems you possess true strength.
I didn't whiff it. An unyielding torrent of power suddenly ceases without warning. Is it over? Even if I come to understand that, I continue to stand and stock still.
I believed you were at the limits of your stamina after the battle against Igus earlier. In actuality, your heart almost gave in during your struggle with me. But each time you faltered, the many hearts supporting you gave you strength, helping you to rise again.
She cuts herself off and nods to herself as if confirms that some suspicion.
This was truly an intriguing battle. I believe our encounter has borne much flute.
Flute?
Flue? Chimneys. In any case, I am quite pleased.
Even after the battle, she acts like that. I feel like a fool for believing she really would have killed me, even if I felt quite real at the time. I can't believe any of this. My legs give out under me and I sink to the ground. Maybe she understands how I feel. Elizabeth Sand looks straight in my eyes.
May I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
To continue fighting in order to prevent an undesirable future, it is a path of endless hardship. Would you still choose to walk it?
Margaret had said something similar just before this tournament had begun. How I had overcome an ordeal concerning last year's case and opened the door. Margaret and Elizabeth Sand's words come together in my mind.
Yeah. Working for a better tomorrow isn't just a one-time thing. The tomorrows keep coming.
Opening the door is necessary. It's not what's truly important. What's more important is that making sure that you follow the path that's beyond the door. Only once you have that path in mind, doesn't matter whether you've opened the door or not. That's how I feel.
I would keep fighting for the future we want.
Elizabeth Sand smiles with that my answer. It seems the former dweller of the Velvet Room is pleased with thy answer. She must have chosen a path of her own at some point, and is doing everything in her power to see it through. Maybe I'm just jumping at conclusions, but I feel as if I'm able to understand her a little better now.
Well, it's time for me to bid you adieu. By your leave, I, Elizabeth, am out of here.
With this, Elizabeth briskly walks out of the room. She caused me some trouble, but I've also learned something about myself as well. I think I could call it a draw. As if I wave goodbye to Elizabeth, I hear Aiga-san getting to her feet behind me.
Are you alright? You shouldn't force yourself to move.
I was concerned at first, but Aiga doesn't seem to be very hurt, or damaged, or whatever you would say. I'm going back to the Black Lounge, losers. She was likely just knocked out. I had absolutely no chance of winning if I'd easily gone easy on her either. This is getting ridiculous.
You are very kind. We've only just met, and yet you're worried about a machine like myself.
Huh? Isn't that normal?
I laughs at my confusion.
Seeing you smile like that, I don't know. I just can't think of you as a machine. You have a heart, right? Then it doesn't matter whether you're man or machine.
I stops laughing and thinks deeply for a moment. But after a few seconds, she looks back up at me with a serious look in her eyes.
You have defeated me in single combat. That will make it difficult for me to continue forward.
Is it normal for machines to have boobs and wear ties? Yes, absolutely.
But I believe I can trust you. Will you listen to my mission directive?
Good old Toaster. I have no reason to say no. I look at Aiga-san square in the eye and nod reassuringly. And so Aiga-san told me about her directive, and it was truly surprising. There was another case involving personas and shadows outside of Inaba, even before our adventures last year. And she is a weapon with a heart, created with the express purpose of wielding a persona to fight the shadows. She believes that this current situation came to be because someone had stolen a similar weapon and caused it to enter the TV world.
So, there's another girl robot with a heart like you, and she's the cause of all this?
We came to this world to retrieve her. My older sister, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris, is in this world somewhere.
Nanako, Miss President, her shadow, now Labris. I have a mountain of tasks to accomplish now. But even though I have a lot to do, I can't ignore any of
Tell me more about Labris, and I'll do what I can to help you get her back.
Unfortunately.
Aya-san's expression clouds. She said that she was a machine, but that she really is no different from a human. As if I'm listening to her, I think about what this means in my search for Labris. It's not helpful.
So you don't know what she looks like, what she can do, or what equipment she's loaded with.
Basically, all she can tell me is that Labris is a robot who's built to look like a girl. Wait a second. I did meet a girl I didn't know in the TV world. Miss President. Could Miss President be Labris?
Is there a possibility that she looks, well, more human than you? You mentioned earlier that she was your older sister, so I assume she was built before you, but...
My sister was an older model, a prototype for the 5th generation to be exact. It's doubtful that she would look more human than myself.
Then there's no way Miss President could be Labris. I could tell at first glance that Aiga-san was a machine. Miss President appears to be completely human. I never once considered that she might not be human until just now. But that just makes things even more complicated. What in the world is going on inside this TV?
Alright, in any case, I'll keep an eye out for her. But right now, I'm heading to the announcement room. If Labris is the cause of this, then I'm bound to meet up with her eventually.
I shrug silently. I don't want to be so grave. Aiga-san must sense that I'm trying to do in smiles.
Thank you. I will trust my sister's fate to you.
Of course. I give Aiga-san a determined nod and run out of the classroom. But man, what a busy Golden Week. I have to make sure Nanako's okay, find Miss President, unmask whoever's masquerading as Teddy, and now search for Labris somewhere in here. If this wasn't happening, I'd be kicking it with my friends at the Junas food court. Yukiko seemed to be trying to be coy, but I'm pretty sure the head big bundle she was carrying was probably lunchboxes she'd made. And to how they might taste, well, let's not get sidetracked. I'm sure we'd have to say we enjoyed them anyways. Eventually I would have called Nanako over and we would have to have brought snacks together. There were things I wanted to buy at the Shiroku store, and maybe I could have made it to Shuzo Daigoku in time to buy the last of their special croquets. Wanted to talk with the owner of the Daidara and get some books with the Yamano bookstore. I've had a steak bowl at Aya, hung out at the Fox at the shrine. Everyone hangs out with foxes at shrines. Duh. Waited for my uncles to get dinner, and tomorrow I'd have gone fishing. If the one who ruined my vacation and caused all the problems is the same person who stole Labris, and if they've truly brought Nanako back in the TV world, I will never let them go for that.
I'll make them pay.
As I run on, I come across yet another blue door. Perhaps it's a sign that I need to calm down. True, I may have lost my cool for a moment.
Someone here? Again?
Reach towards the door and with a relaxed smile. Margaret is in her usual position. I glance around to see if anyone else is here. It looks like her nutcase of a sister isn't here. Margaret notices me looking and sighs, a seductive sound that also conveys annoyance.
It seems my sister has caused you some trouble. Though this may mean that I'm not the only one who is drawn to the light of your potential.
There's a hint of tenderness towards her sister in her words. Her sister must be important to her. I can tell from the look on her face. Do I look like that when I talk about Nanako? Margaret pulls herself together and speaks again.
You have gained a new resolve by overcoming many doubts and falsehoods.
New resolve. I find myself nodding along.
You have reached the threshold of truth, but man's hearts are mutable. That is why a resolve to continue fighting is more important than any one victory or defeat.
Yeah, I understand.
But this will be a difficult battle without end. Are you equal to the challenge?
The way she puts it makes it seem as if she was testing me. I don't respond immediately, and I think about the question. It would be lying to say that I'm not worried. I know that my heart can be swayed by change. There's no knowing what will happen from the moment to moment. But even then,
If I have my friends, if I'm not alone, I can do it.
I see.
Margaret nods slightly in response.
I have heard your answer, but it's not enough. Remember what I told you before? The heart is shaken more by a single action than by 1,000 words.
As she smiles, my vision begins to blur. I hear words to be repeated. I've reached the threshold of truth. Everything that's happened during the course of this case runs through my mind. The new appearance of the TV world, this tournament pitting us against each other, student council president, and a fake Teddy. My encounter with a weapon with a heart, Aiga-san, searching for her sister Labris. The determination that I've gained throughout these constant battles. What I must accomplish. How do I show what I've decided through my actions? Take the bookmark. Fuck yeah. We're doing it right there. It seems that the number of invisible walls have decreased. Could this mean that the end is near? Just as I think that, I hear a familiar voice.
That's enough!
Uh-oh. That was Miss President's voice. It was coming from the door in the announcement room. I finally made it. Opened the door in the announcement room and rushed inside.
You're finally here. Hello, Sensei. Congratulations! How does it feel to have won the P1 Grand Prix?
The general smirks at me as I pass through the door. Behind him, Miss President and Rise. When the two of them see me, Miss President looks confused, while Rise's face lights up with joy.
There you are, Senpai! You're late!
I have to stay cautious of the general, but I signal the girls that everything will be alright now. The general is closer to them than I am. I can't afford to make any reckless moves just yet. And there's one more thing I need to know.
Teddy, where's Nanako?
I look around the announcement room, but Nanako is nowhere to be found. General's face distorts with an ugly glee.
Nana-chan's right here. See?
Slowly, the general extends his arm and then is held behind him. There's Nanako. Her arms are clutched to her chest, and she slowly takes a few steps towards me, obviously frightened.
Nanako!
After taking a step forward, I noticed something bizarre. The general disappeared. For a brief instant, my full attention had been focused on Nanako. General had been standing directly behind her, and now he's gone? How could he have gone somewhere else and that quickly, right in front of me, without me noticing it?
Big bro.
While I'm confused about the general's disappearance, Nanako weakly calls to me. Nanako's obviously been weakened by being in the TV world. She totters towards me unsteadily, looking ready to collapse at any moment. I can think about the general later. I have to save Nanako right now. As I reach out to her, Rise yells.
Senpai, no! Nanako-chan's not there!
Nanako's not here. What is she saying? She's right here. Just as I'm about to say so, my hand stops. Something's not right. Try to look into Nanako's face once more, and in her eyes I saw madness.
Oh, so close! Just a little more and Sensei would have been a goner!
You bastard!
I barely reacted in time to draw my sword to block the attack. The general suddenly appeared out of nowhere to attack me with his cane. I get a good look at him as if our weapons clash together. I see a madness in his face, the same madness that I had seen in Nanako's only a moment before. That's when I noticed that Nanako had disappeared. What's going on?
You've got it wrong, Senpai. It's all been him from the beginning. He can make whoever's looking at him see him as someone else.
So he's not actually taking on other forms?
No, he's just distorting the things you see and hear.
That's right. The enemy is able to control what I see and hear. I realized that after all the battles I had today, but seeing Nanako had made me forget all that. The general laughs at this.
It's hard for me to show someone who isn't here. But you actually saw this Nanako girl? You're hopeless.
Just like how my friends hadn't actually gone crazy before our fights, Nanako had never been brought into this world in the first place. The appearance before me was fake. Distorted our senses, all to make us suffer. Just as I thought. Couldn't deceive Rise's persona abilities. That's why he kidnapped her, to keep her from warning us during the tournament. Now that I know that, I pushed the general's cane away and jumped back towards the girls in order to distance myself from them. Good. Now I'm between them and the general. And then I looked straight at the one behind this bizarre situation.
Who in the world are you?
You still can't tell? Seriously, the level of intelligence around here.
Oh, it's bedtime, Dave. Have fun and get a lot of sleep and see you up for Final Fantasy VIII later.
Fine then. Here. Get a good look.
Oh, shit. Ugh. It's a gooey boy. A gooey girl. Now we got a toaster oven. First toaster, now toaster oven. I think we found Lapras.
I am a shadow. The true self. That's my face.
I saw metal limbs, golden eyes, and a ponytail. And a mirror image of Miss President's face, even though she was standing behind me, trembling.
How about it? You wanted to see what I am, didn't you? Why does she look like me? That's its true form. That thing is your shadow. This is a shadow? She really came from inside me?
Rise tries to calm Miss President, but the girl shakes her head in denial and squeezes her eyes shut. While Miss President refuses to look at this mechanical-looking being, I now understand what is going on. Because this isn't the first time I've seen a robotic girl before. All the facts match up. The way she was able to run so fast without so much as breathing heavily, even in the TV world. The sense of wrongness that I had when Miss President had asked me about killing my friends. The way she avoided telling me her name. That superhuman strength when she hit Chie and Cribble jumped to get away from us. And the Shadow's ability to interfere with senses of other people. Just as Margaret had said, all the pieces to the puzzles were laid out before me. They've all come together and now I can see the truth. She's indeed Lapras. Lapras, another weapon with a heart, stolen by someone unknown and thrown into the TV world. Created the school and forced us to fight our friends. This deep-rooted depression regarding her past memories. All this took in the form of Labrys' shadow. He manipulated everything here.
Labrys, don't look away. If you don't accept her, she'll get even stronger.
Labrys only shivers when I call out to her. There has to be some reason why she believed that she was the student council president. But that's just a disguise, more for herself than us. No matter how comfortable it is, it's only there to cloud her eyes from the truth.
I don't know what your past was like. It must have had some painful memories. But you have us with you now. We're going to get you out of here.
I call out to Labrys while keeping an eye on the shadow. A shadow in the darkness within the person's heart. Unless it is accepted by a person it came from, will never disappear for good. With that in mind, all we can do is watch over her as she accepts this darkness within her. We'll have to protect her when the shadow goes berserk and tries to kill her. But Labrys continues to shake her head and tremble violently. My words aren't getting through to her.
You hear that, me? Your friend is trying to tell you something. Too bad he doesn't understand at all. His thoughts are so hopelessly naive.
Shadow laughs shrillingly. Continues to smear more poison in Labrys' heart.
I wish I could have made them feel my pain. What it's like having to murder one another. That sadness and pain and anguish. Everything went black, and I was always left alone. I'm a weapon. A machine made only to fight. No human can understand my suffering. Stop! I've had enough. I'm human. I'm not like that.
Uh-oh. This isn't good. I settle for into a fighting stance, ready for anything. Though I have a good idea what's gonna happen.
Oh, you're still clinging to that. Then take a look at what you really are.
Shadow's eyes gleam with golden light. Change begins immediately. Shimmer runs across Labrys' body. Instead of the normal human girl, there's been a moment ago. She has a metallic body, just like her shadow.
No! No!
Labrys loses all composure and scratches at her arms, trying to tear away the metal that had appeared. But there was more to her change than just her arms. Her legs, waist, chest, even her head. Everything not covered by clothing. That was obviously mechanical. In reality, she didn't want to face. There are no words we can say to her. No matter what we say, reality won't change. Labrys falls to her knees. And finally mutters the words I was dreading she was gonna say. To be continued! Kanji and Teddy's stories are now available.
This
so,
place
we
exists
just finished
between
off with
dream and
Yunar
reality,
Kami.
mind
We're
and
gonna
matter.
go with like,
Now,
I think we're gonna go...
why don't you introduce
okay,
yourself?
he was 0, 1, 2... We don't have 3 yet, so we're gonna have to just go that way. And we'll just go 4, you know, like we'll just kind of go in numerical order, I feel. We'll get the 4, like these 3 first. So Yukiko,
The persona ability
Yosuke,
is the power to control
and
one's
Chie,
own heart.
and then we'll work on
And the heart
Kanji
is strengthened
and
through
Teddy
bonds.
after.
As you form bonds by
So,
becoming
that's pretty
involved
cool,
with
huh?
others, your own social
I
links
kind
will
of like how they
gradually
do the
develop.
story mode in this.
The power of these
So, yeah,
social
we got a
links is what
lot
will
of
determine
story
your
to finish in
persona's
this one,
abilities.
But when we finish Arena story mode completely, that's when we're gonna do that thing. That thing known as the vote. So we're not doing the vote next week after all, because I think we got a lot more to do. Because there's a lot of beef to this story mode. Brief. Alright, everyone. So, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the subscriptions, the gift subs, just the watching, the hosting, the donos, everything. Thanks so much, everyone. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be playing Final Fantasy VIII. And we're also doing the votes for the next game as well. So it's between Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy Origins, Kill Chaos. I always forget. Oh my god. Chrono Trigger, All Ending Run. So that's the 4 that you gotta think about. So save your channel points until then. Okay, everyone, have a good day, and I will see y'all later. Bye now.